Oh boy, I can't wait to sit down with my very best friends and record a normal episode of Radio Sentai Castranger. Are you guys ready for the episode?
Yes.
What are you selling, Mickey?
Wait. You guys look a little different. And by look, I mean sound, because this is an audio podcast.
What do you
What do you mean, Ichi? I mean, we got Blaine. I'm Dekar,
Yes.
and that's Jackley.
No, I'm just Emily. This is the same. I'm Emily. This is my normal Emily voice.
This bit has immediately fallen apart hilariously.
We suck.
You don't suck.
Speak for yourself.
Okay, cue the roll
Both
call.
of you.
Yippee!
Connect. Loading.
Perfect!
Show running super savant.
Level up!
Bluecaster super Ichi. Combining comedy and critique. On air since 2014.
Radio Sentai Castranger!
Welcome to Radio Sentai Castranger, episode 558.
Rustle.
Yippee!
Crustle. Is it? Do you pronounce the? Is it the? Do you pronounce the T? Is it crustle or is it crustle?
Russell
Crustle.
sounds like you should go to a
Because it's crust.
He's crusty. Hey, hey!
Well, it's the crust of the earth. Also the crusty crab.
The
That's
crustant.
a bad Mr. Krabs.
He is a crusty crab. That's cute.
So yeah, it's a bit of a different episode this week. All of the other core casters are unavailable, so I have brought in some of our favorite regulars here from the Discord to join me for this week's episode.
Favorite.
I of course mean everyone. Everyone is all of my favorites. I love you all.
Alright.
These are just the
Except for
favorites.
That one.
These are just the favorites who are available tonight and have seen the episodes for the most part.
For the most part.
Mostly.
But go ahead and
What's a Gozyuger?
for those who might not know who you are, please go around and introduce yourselves.
Let's go by alphabetical order. Blaze.
Okay then.
No, okay. It's been 3 years since I was last on. I am Spellcaster Blaze. I was one of the first guest casters, from the Discord to be on this show. I am one of the admins on the Discord channel. I am second in command, and I was an editor for a short while until I fucked that up.
It's okay.
Boy.
And
You inspired me to refine the process of the creation of this show so much that it requires literally no editing. All I do is put in the roll call and upload it.
yes, to put it very nicely. I'm an inspiration.
You inspired Castranger to reach its final form.
Yes. But yeah, I am Spellcaster Blaze.
I'm Neptune Caster Decker, or Stormy Caster Decker now. I'm the Gotchard guy, right now going as the Gozyuger guy. And why am I here? Are we talking about Gotchard now?
Yes.
Well, if we're going
Really?
by episodes that I've
No.
been on, we're supposed to talk about Don Brothers 34 and Keats episode 9.
Oh God.
Okay, who's next?
We just had a whole ass conversation before we started recording about Dawn Brothers, and I'm not getting into that again.
I'm Jackson, Purple Caster. I'm the King Odra guy. I'm also the Gotchard guy. Also an admin. I've been here for a while. I've been on a couple episodes. But yeah, I'm really excited to be here.
All right. We are a bunch of
And I hate
Discord
all of
people.
you.
Jesus. We are a bunch of discordant voices who get together every week to talk about Kamen Rider, Super Sentai, and a third thing. Our topics for this week are Zeztz episode 7, Gozyuger episode 35, And our featured topic for this week is the first episode of The Red Ranger Becomes an Adventure in Another World, or for short, Isekai Red.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah.
I have thoughts.
Well, yeah, welcome. You're on the correct show then. This is the show where we have thoughts about things.
That's
I
why
think,
we're
therefore,
here.
I am.
I actually don't have thoughts. I don't
Ghost
know
theme intensifies.
Da, 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 da.
why. Oh God.
You're right. Oh no, he's becoming a ghost.
Pardon me while I hydrate. All right. Well,
Oh, no.
before we get into all of that, we have some news.
News mode.
So this is interesting.
I mean,
There's going to be a new Gav spin-off on the Toy Tokusatsu fan club called Kamen Rider Vram Root Stomach. This is a spin-off that
So
will...
what if?
Sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, go, Ichi.
It's a spin-off that will depict a what-if scenario if Rage 9 took a different route compared to what actually happened in the show. Basically, the short version is, what if he stayed a bad guy?
also known as Kamen Rider Gav, the multiverse of Gavness.
Yeah, the Gavverse.
Which is very interesting because the only time they did this was O's with the alternate reality.
This is
That was
interesting.
recently.
As someone who very much enjoys pursuing branching story paths and bad endings in video games, this is very intriguing.
I wonder if he's gonna get a new
So
form.
you're saying So you're saying Gav is an MMR is an RPG.
At this point, they're kind of treating it like it.
It looks like it's only going to be one episode, so I guess he's probably not going to get a new form. But if this was like 2 or 3 episodes, I could have seen them like having what's his face, the scientist guy, giving him more forms based on other pudding.
Yeah.
Actually, people are.
Is this where I get my
Right?
applesauce form?
Who knows?
Evil form of a snack.
Evil
But
applesauce.
people did point out because in the trailer, which we can't watch because copyright, the title in the trailer showed a like the top of the pudding Gochizo, but it's a different design compared to the one that Rakia uses. So potentially he does get a new form.
I mean, there have been variants of pudding, especially in the toy line, because with different faces and different. There was a different colored one, I think, at one point. Yeah. So the spin-off will have a theme song called "A Ray of Light," and an insert song called "Bitter Poison." And then we have Gav is in it, Nielv is in it, Glota is in it, and Suga will be in it.
Yeah, we can see Glota die again.
Hooray!
In 4K.
I mean, it works because we know who killed his little brother.
Yeah, unless they decide to get liberal with the lore.
This is going to be an
That's gonna be
entire like
interesting.
year-long thing, and it's end up with them in a relationship, and then he has to kill her after finding out she killed his brother.
No. God, no, please.
We have the spin-off will be written by Mari Takura, who worked on Gav's Gourmet Snacks and Wu Mai Wakamen special. And being directed by Satoshi Murata, who did Zio, Next Time, Gates Majesty. So Vram Root Stomach will be premiering in winter on the Toy Tokusatsu fan club.
So somewhere around December, I guess.
Probably. Although winter
Yes.
could be as far as February.
Well, it says winter 2025, so
Yeah.
So December.
That actually can only be 1 month.
so January. This last
You
January.
know how corporates will say winter 2025 and then fully release something the next February. It's been done.
Mm.
All right, moving along. In Zeztz news, there was apparently a leaked image from an upcoming episode featuring a new form, Inazuma Plasma, which is the very yellow electric form.
It's the upgrade form.
Yeah, this is our
Yeah.
getting our first power up form, I guess.
Fucking reverse flash looking ass.
Yeah. These were leaked from a preview associated with a Splatoon promotion.
What?
Apparently, people are guessing
I
that these
thought
are from episode 15.
I thought the entire thing with this was that it was like fucking like the trailer for whatever other like show that like this was like, oh, this is the trailer for like the fucking Korean version or something.
I don't know.
No, maybe there was a TV advertisement for Splatoon and they aired one that showed Zeztz.
I don't know. I will say that it's like red, whatever this red and silver thing that he's fighting is looks like a cool suit. I'm looking forward to seeing what that is.
Pretty sure that's
I
a
like
nightmare.
the weapon.
Probably a nightmare. Yeah, it looks like he's got this like electric bow weapon, which probably is going to be very cool. The images are not
Bow
great
sword.
quality, but it's a bow. It's always also a sword. There's never a bow that's not a sword in this franchise.
That sword better be a gun, a bow, or a hammer as well.
Hold on, I'm trying to think. Hold on. Brain hurty.
Chalice,
After
no.
3 years later.
The Energy Riders from Gaim, no.
The Gacha Tornado was a sword bow.
Exactly. The Kaizoku Densha weapon from Build, that was a sword bow.
Was it used as a sword?
I think so.
Yeah, a couple
The
times.
Gacha
Most of the time.
tornado.
There was a slashing blade on the top of it.
Gotcha, Tony. Yeah.
The bow that all the Genesis Rider used from Gaim?
That also had blades on it.
There's
The Sonic Arrow had blades. If you can think, if
Hey,
anyone
I
listening, can think of a bow weapon in any Kamen Rider show that was not also a sword, post in the comments.
Armed arrow?
Was it just Kamen Rider or can we include Sentai?
Arm arrow is not really an arrow per se, it's a crossbow.
But I feel like there's bow in the name.
Yeah,
I mean, there
also
isn't.
Japan
It's armed
call
arrow.
a lance and it's used as a sword.
But
Let's put that as the closest we're gonna get, unless someone can give me an
Yeah.
actual bow answer.
Put it in the comments.
Did he use? They had a bow in fucking for Revice Mantis. Was that ever used as a sword, or was it just a bow?
I'm pretty sure it's also. I'm almost positive.
Yeah, they figured it was.
Okay, we gotta move on. We can't stay our mind on bows.
Yeah. All right, moving on. Speaking of Gav, we have more Legend Rider Gochizos.
Hey,
Oh my
it's
god!
the one that won the poll.
I thought these were announced already.
I don't know.
They only show the top 3. They haven't showed the top all of the top 10s.
Yeah, I don't think all of these were announced. So
Yeah.
the first pack of this set, they're including Amazon Omega, Oz Tajadoru, Tycoon Bujin Sword, Build Cross Dragon, or Cross Build.
It's built cross built for.
Cross Build, and Kamen Rider Joker.
The Kamen Rider build form that we all fucking predicted.
Yeah.
What an insane lineup. Just things that have nothing to do.
Yeah,
with
there's
each
no
other.
correlation between this whole set. They're just throwing random
The only
ones.
We got
No, the correlation is that these are the Gochis because there was a voting poll a few months back, and whoever got the top 10 most votes gets a Gochiso design for them.
Okay, so these are
So the reason why I
popularity
joined them is
results.
because So somehow Amazon Omega got popular.
well, we
somehow.
got
That's a good suit.
Oz's fucking ketchup chips.
Yeah, all right. So these are up for pre-order on Tokollectibles for 100 US for the set of 5, which is a little high.
No, it's 100 US.
That's
Yeah,
what
70 US.
that's what's
This
on
says 70.
Collectibles. Oh, maybe that's Canadian.
that's
for me.
right.
That might be 100. Yeah.
Maybe.
Tokollectibles is 70 for me.
Oh yeah, and I'm scrolling down and seeing
Maybe
in the
I'm just
description that
special.
they are from the Legend Rider Gochizo vote.
Yes.
All right, and our next news story is more of those.
My God.
So in this next set,
35.
we have Omazeo, Kamen Rider Eternal, Grease
Oh.
Blizzard, Evolve Black Hole, and Kamen Rider Cross, like his base form.
Can you notice? You notice how Japan likes build?
Because Build's amazing.
Really like
I like the Kamen Build one.
Build is still my favorite Rider show overall.
It's definitely a Rider show I've
do-
seen.
I do need to rewatch Build.
Tell me you hate it without telling me you hate it.
I remembered loving it as it aired, and then I hated it after the ending. And I feel like, will I still like it from if I watch it knowing the ending start to finish? And then also, if I do that, I can make a fucking a video essay about how Sento is the worst writer in all of Build because he may or may not have killed 15 billion people.
Anyway,
okay. Out of all of the voted writers, the only one that I do not get is Evo Black Hole.
yeah, I still hate. I didn't like that suit much.
I feel like the new one actually looks better.
If all X, yeah.
Even though because it's level X, yeah.
That's the final form he should have had.
Maybe just because he's a threatening. Maybe just because he's a threatening villain. I don't know.
I mean, Black Hole was cool.
I do find it funny.
Black Hole was cool conceptually. I just didn't like the suit design.
I do find it funny
it's
that
the black and white.
technically Ryuga is on this list twice.
Yep.
Mm.
Cross.
Yeah.
Build 3 times.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if I love the way that like it's structured. Like it's like the one pack is just the odd number placements, and the other pack is the even number placements. I feel like they could have done a top 5 in the next 5.
Wait, is that what it is? Oh,
that's interesting.
Stupid.
You know what? I actually understand because if they made all the top riders in one pack, then the other pack wouldn't have sold.
Would buy the other one, yeah.
See,
yeah, the one with Bujin Sword is 1st, 3rd, 5th, 7th, 9th, and the other one is the other placements.
No, yeah, this makes sense. And you confused me earlier when you said Ryuga's in 2 because I thought Ryuga is in Kamen Rider Ryuga and not Ryuga's in Banjo.
I mixed up. Yeah, I forgot Kazooie.
Pitch.
Banjo, oh my god.
Those were the days.
Anyway, so this pack is the same price as the other one. They're both releasing in February, or as I like to call it, winter 2025.
Yep.
Like any of this form, go get them. Even though it's like $100 there.
Next, Kamen Rider Kabuto 20th anniversary project coming soon? ?
Oh yeah, that's
what?
Interesting.
I know Paul will be happy if this happens.
Yeah, it started off with like some images from like Kabuto's actor on Instagram, I think.
Oh, I remember.
And people noticed that one of the things in the background was the bee sector.
So it's been hinted and rumored that Kabuto is going to have a 20th anniversary special of some sort, and there was recently a screenshot from an alleged Chinese movie rating site revealing a Kamen Rider 20th anniversary commemorative project for a 2026 release, listing Hiro Mizushima, Kabuto, Yuki Sato, Gatak, Kazuki Kato, Drake, and Tomohisa Yuge Mishima as cast members on this project.
Interesting.
Where's the sword? They're missing the sword.
Yeah.
Oh, he's dead. Oh, yeah.
very, very, very dead.
I mean, spoilers for an almost 20-year-old show, but yeah.
Spoilers for a Kabuto show. Like
I legit forgot he's dead. I'm like, where's the sword? And
he's the man who
died.
He's the man who stands at the top of not being in this special.
Joke. I just
I'm sorry.
He's actually dead.
Dead as hell.
In addition, Kabuto's series director Hidenori Ishida is listed as the director. So far, none of this is confirmed, but I am excited if this does end up happening. I would love to see some sort of Kabuto anniversary thing.
Yes, please don't be like the Fies one and the O's one.
I still need to watch Fies.
Yeah, where everyone dies.
Yeah.
We made it. Now shut up.
If Kabuto dies, he'll definitely walk the path of heaven.
Oh no. All right. Going from Kabuto to Kabutak, we have images of B-Robo Kabutak, Super Change Kabutak figure images. So
oh my god, it's the first Isekaiger.
Yeah. So Premium Bandai posted images of the Super Change Kabutak from B Robo Kabutak. This is an
Wow.
actual action figure that changes between its forms.
Interesting.
It goes from looking like a level 1
besides
X8
it-
character to a fucking Beetleborg.
Well, level 2.
I mean, I think it was going to be a Beetleborg, but then Saban looked at the design and went, "Nope."
Lol, no.
Very funny.
I mean, I feel like if they had gotten the suits, they could have done something good with this.
Yeah. I do think it's cool. The like transform, like the full humanoid form is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Even though the torso
I
looks like a can of Coke.
Yeah. I really, I remember when I was younger and I like saw clips from the show, of just like all the robots transforming. I was like, oh, that's really cool. That's a really fun design. Partially because it reminded me of Bakugan.
Sure.
Because it was the smaller characters
Everything is
transformed
Bakugan,
like,
huh?
in like a very simple shape, turning into larger characters.
Kabutak, stand!
Rise, Pyrus Kabutak! That does sound like a Bakugan name.
Yeah. So apparently it's like chibi mode is called normal mode, and its human looking mode is called super mode. So it transforms from normal mode to super mode, and in its super mode it stands 160 millimeters tall, includes the billet stick. Billet stick?
Rhett and Link, billet stick.
Yeah, these are my normal proportions, guys, just so you know. The normal mode, that's what I normally look like.
I guess that's what he would look like if he got the fucking X antibody from Digimon. So this retains the same transformation gimmick. Parts of the structure have been improved for this release. The range of motion in the hip joints, and I assume that says neck, but it says heck. The range of motion in the hip joints and the heck has been increased, allowing for a wider range of posing.
Well, you guys don't have Hex?
I strained my heck the other day.
Some areas that were stickers are now painted, resulting in a more detailed look. Premium Bandai web exclusive, 4,400 yen, March release. That's a pretty good price for a transforming figure.
Yeah.
So
That's
to
like,
all 5 Kabutek fans out there, go get it.
Yep.
Yeah.
I actually don't know anyone who actually watched the show.
I have not.
I've been meaning to like check it out at some point because again, I really enjoyed the like the designs.
This feels like something Paul might have watched.
Never been a Metal Hero guy.
All right, very cool. Next, we were also talking about Garo before the episode, and fresh up for pre-order is a new SH Figure Art Shinkocho Seiho Golden Knight Garo, and this is the Saejima Taiga version from the upcoming Taiga series.
Wow.
And this looks
It is.
absolutely fucking gorgeous.
Gar had such a good
Whatever you
look.
do, don't put us under a light, because you're just going to flashbang yourself.
Yeah.
It's so shiny.
I'm gonna put it right outside my bedside window, so when the sun's coming in, immediately flashbang myself.
Have it
Any Japanese reviewer is gonna like dox themselves if they review this.
Yeah.
Just
So this is releasing July of next year for $250. What is it?
Actual gold.
I was gonna say, is it made from
Yes.
actual fucking gold?
it weighs 90 pounds.
For those of us in the US, it is $175.
They need to send a fucking forklift to your house to deliver it?
Just the Ring doorbell footage of the fucking UPS man just like the concrete breaking below his feet.
Yep. Your toy's here.
your doll is here.
So yes,
God, those ratchet joints are strong as hell.
from the 20th anniversary film Garo Taiga. Okay, so it's a film, not a series. Sculpted with true bone carving methodology. What does that mean?
What? I don't want to know what that
Oh,
means,
because
actually.
it's
I'm okay.
it's in the Shin Choko Seiho line. It's like all the renewal rider fig arts.
I just love describing it true bone carving. This figure's made from actual human bones.
This was made by
From my
by a
bones.
serial killer.
It's made from the bones of horrors. It's made from the bone that we shoved in that one girl's hand in the Zero Black Blood specials.
I
John Toy
thought
killing
that
people.
was.
Yes,
Oh,
taking him out back with a shotgun.
get in the bone zone.
Bone saw is
it's the
ready.
true bone zone now. Faithfully
I got you
mod.
for 3 minutes. 3 minutes of playtime.
And if I wait if I extend the timer the full 3 minutes, I turn into a fucking monster.
Me looking at the toy. I got you for 3 minutes of playtime.
Cue the fucking 99.9 second timer shit from Garo.
$1,000 of pyrotechnics go off.
You can only play it for a minute.
If this toy loses a fight, it actually blows up.
Whoa!
You can play with this once.
Yeah. And your bones will be used to make the next one.
Yeah.
That's what they meant.
Yes.
Faithfully, and then you have to pass
If you
it down to your
pre-order
child.
this, only one gets made at a time, and when you die, your bones go to the next one.
True bone carving.
It's gonna be a cycle. It's like the Avatar state, but with an action figure.
This is how the figure of Garo is passed down from generation to generation.
just someone's friend just telling their childhood friend saying, "What happened to your dad?" And they just respond, "Garo."
Garo happened.
Garo happened.
Oh yeah, that's rough. Products features: faithfully modeled armor with intricate engravings and glossy gold plating, realistic red eyes, and shadow enhancing surface carvings. What the fuck does shadow enhancing mean? It has really
That's
nice
the
shadows.
Yeah, it's the Grim Reaper who comes to take your bones afterwards.
Highly articulated joints for
I
dramatic
think
sword
you're-
poses.
I think you're the fake Garo here.
Three
Hey,
pairs.
this figure looks really nice.
Yeah.
It does. Very quite gorgeous.
3 pairs of interchangeable hands, Garo sword drawn and sheathed, metal chain scabbard, display stand set, double slided sleeve with compass motif, background sheet featuring Holy Beast illustration by Keita Amamiya.
Yeah.
Oh, Mia,
I was thinking it.
there I go again.
Let me Garo again!
This is how the box look like, which is
Damn.
pretty cool.
Alright, awesome. And that's the news!
All right.
Wow.
Light week.
Very, very.
If
All right.
only a certain trademark for the next Sentai appeared.
That would be fun.
Please.
Don't worry, it'll come out. It'll come out 10 minutes after this episode is done filming.
Probably. Alright, time to go to sleep and talk about Zeztz!
Perfect time for me to use the restroom. I'll be back.
So yes, this is part 2 of dealing with the nightmare that is a 100-floor living fucking prison monstrosity that looks right out of a JRPG.
Yep.
Specifically a Persona, or some sort of Atlas RPG. There was a throwaway line from Nox at one point early in the episode where he's like, soon you'll remember your own bad dream. And I feel like this is another hint towards maybe the source of the Zeztz power set, which they haven't talked about yet.
Maybe okay. Knowing what this writer has done in the past with characters being hybrids of monster or like the main gimmick, I'm going to call it right now that code number 7 is a nightmare, but it is a nightmare that lives symbiotically with Baku.
That'd be interesting if they put like a Venom spin on it.
Yeah,
I want to
it's
say
why-
yes, but we also know that the gun nightmare was Baku's nightmare.
Was it?
Yes, because he's the one who fought it directly.
Was that his
Yeah, 'cause
actual
then-
bad dream, though?
Yes, because he was trying to kill him.
I think it was his.
I thought that was just
Yeah.
like a fucking I thought it was just supposed to be like a mercenary.
It could be a nightmare that was put into like someone else. It was like transferred or some shit. But
Yeah,
I
because
feel as though that was
in that first
supposed to be
episode,
just his.
in that first episode, they didn't really establish the whole find the dreamer concept. So there wasn't really anyone else in the dream that I think the dream could have been of. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's a very small pool.
But thinking back, now that we know the way this whole nightmare thing is set up, I would kind of expect this show to have a much more grand story about Baku's own personal bad dream. You know what I mean?
I feel like
It's probably going to be
I
the
feel like
plot
it
in like
fits, though.
the later episode.
Especially from this line that I mentioned from Nox about remembering his own bad dream. I feel like we're building towards seeing Baku's bad dream.
Yeah.
And also, he mentioned something about how the power of the Zeztz driver has like a cost.
Yeah, something about a price of the power.
It's like 20.
Well, don't
bucks.
worry.
It's
If
not
this is
that
anything like
expensive.
Revice, we'll see something happen once randomly, and then we'll never address it again until like the last 5 episodes.
I'm wondering if maybe it's a thing where the more he uses it, the more it like affects him. Are we eventually, if he keeps using it, is it eventually going to just trap him in the dream world forever? Is it something like that?
Oh,
There's some theories saying that he's the 7 Zeztz user because he's quote number 7.
That is a very possible theory.
interesting.
They're
Yeah, I can
very
see that.
they are avoiding talking about like if this is an agency and there's code 7, where's 1 through 6? They have absolutely not talked about
Well,
that yet.
I was thinking that it was just a joke because like how they show his finisher puts a 777, does the jackpot noise, but then underlines it, so instead of 7s, there's Z's.
Yeah.
Very clever.
So
visual
yeah,
work.
no, I remember when I saw that, I was like, oh, you. But yeah.
Although I will say, after this
okay.
episode, the theory of Nem being an agent of code maybe starts to seem a little less plausible.
Yeah.
Speaking of Nem, she's in a coma.
Yeah, car crash, coma, vanished, kidnapped by Nox.
Yeah. Yeah.
Coincidentally,
Which we
And
don't
the
find out that
president
part
guy
until the
kept
end,
it a
but I mean,
secret.
we kind of knew.
So it feels like the reason Nem is able to go into people's dreams is because of what Nox is doing to her. He's using her as a
Yeah.
conduit into people's dreams.
Yes.
Oh,
Um,
Takahashi writing a shitty parent? Check.
I got one more. I almost got bingo. I need a bad female character. I almost got bingo.
Whoa. There's not a.
That's why I said I
We
need
have
one.
not have that yet.
I need one, and then I get bingo.
Well,
I
we'll
need
see
a shitty. I need a shitty villain to hear a redemption arc.
We'll see what they choose to do with the existing side characters.
Yeah.
So we got to see a little bit more of machinery fighting with its giant claws and definitely not a Mega Buster, which I think was cool.
Yeah.
And then he just pulls out a giant fucking hair dryer and finishes off one of the robot mooks.
Mm-hmm. Motherfucker. And that's where I'll end that sentence because I had nowhere else to go with it.
All right, excellent. Moving on. So Baku runs up all of the stairs, if not all 100, very close to it, and then wakes up. And I think I saw that he had like sweat through his shirt. So now the question becomes, does he wake up feeling as if he had actually run up all those stairs?
I mean, we do know that when he's riding the bike in a dream, he's actually riding, like, acting like he's riding a bike.
Yeah, like his body
And
moves.
We did see him running, like in his sleep.
Yeah.
Which now brings the question: if he does a backflip in a dream, does he actually does a backflip in his bed?
He just does a rider kick and wakes up in a different room.
Yeah.
He just wakes up
There's a
being like,
hole
why
in
is
the roof.
there a hole in my
Yeah.
wall?
Another hole in my wall.
Gunshots
He's
everywhere.
hanging from his foot upside down in the ceiling.
Jesus.
Gunshots everywhere. Cuts through his all his shit. Just everything that he does in real life. Just to his room.
Yeah.
Also,
like the Spider-Man moment of him like talking to his sister through the door, like, "Don't come in."
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we can stop the clock. It took 7 episodes for our secret agent to reveal to someone that he is a secret agent.
Yeah.
Besides the police.
Cool.
Yeah.
Arguably a dumber decision.
Yeah.
Which, can I say, I am kind of surprised that there wasn't any kind of thing with this where like the fucking guy was like, "Oh, like if you're going to like look for my daughter, do you want to be like do you want to be employed by me so your sister gets off your ass?"
Yeah. Like, he's just like, all right, I'll just sit here and wait while you do the thing.
Yeah.
Like, no resources, no support. Not even a guarantee
As
that
far
he
as
will
I
keep
know.
his secret.
Yeah. Well, he hit the fact that his daughter was in a coma is dead, quote unquote.
Yeah, there was probably like
So I think we hide the fact.
there's like an unspoken "I won't tell yours, you won't tell mine" thing.
Yeah. If you tell everybody I'm a superhero, I'll tell people your daughter's dead. Don't really have the same weight to them.
Yeah. One's a lot more believable than the other.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, when Bijogi talks about like why he didn't go public with Nem's accident, his excuse was it could rob people of their motivations and dreams. And my immediate response to that is, my dude, she is a fucking model and commercial actress. I think you're overhyping her cultural impact just a smidge.
Yeah. She
It's like hiding Miley
soda.
Cyrus is dead.
She advertises tennis shoes. I think we're gonna be fine.
Yeah, and it's also interesting to realize, so Nem's been missing from her own career for 4 years. They've been able to use existing footage and CGI to simulate new footage for commercials for 4 years, and not a single person involved in the process of doing that questioned why Nem wasn't actually making new commercials for 4 years.
You know what? Now I know where all the money that goes into AI is coming from.
Yeah, this is an argument for AI. Don't like it.
Commodore Zeztz Pro AI.
Evidently. Yeah, so it turns out that Bijogi is the dreamer, although for a couple seconds when Baku was protecting Reiko, for a brief minute I thought that maybe it would turn out that Reiko was the actual dreamer and her bad dream is the fact that her husband started ignoring her, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But no, it turns out that Fujimi was actually correct this time. But it also is interesting because, like, I get that Baku is like an agent who's all about completing his missions in the dreams, but when it becomes very clear who the real people in the dream world are and who are just dream fabrications, it kind of takes the weight out of trying to protect the lives of people who don't exist in the dream. You know what I mean? The fact that he tried so hard to save Reiko when she is a fabrication inside of Bijogi's dream feels a little less impactful.
Well,
but then again, I don't.
So.
Yeah, I don't think he's just gonna let someone die, even if they're just a figment in the dream.
But can't we just dream them back to life in the dream? He's lucid dreaming. He can control it.
It's why I'm upset that they're not like any time that the nightmare does get out of the dream world, it's probably going to be a really big deal. I'm really upset about that because it means that we're not going to, see it actually matter very often.
That's the thing. I complained about this after episode 3, where like the nightmare got out and some big cataclysmic shit happened and then no one reacted to it. Everything went back to normal. There was no big public outcry, nothing.
Yeah.
But we'll see if it ever happens again.
In universe, it was only like 20 minutes where it was like these weird butterflies showed up and it's like, well, all right.
And weird things happen in real life and no one bats an eye.
Yeah. Thanks, social media.
Thanks, Obama.
I was gonna say. Here's some butterflies. Zeztz. I'm gonna kill you.
It's never not gonna kill you.
I'm gonna henshin.
Henshin.
I'm gonna henshin now.
I'm gonna henshin.
This bit sucks, and I don't know why I'm laughing.
This bit sucks.
Okay, let's move on.
So we get the debut of Zeztz Technolom projection, which is my favorite form of the show, unquestionably.
Oh, what? The blue
one
form
with
that
a
controls
shoulder
air
cape?
and or water with a shoulder cape is your favorite form?
It's not just that it's blue, like the fucking stream and machine are also blue, but I don't like them that much. They're fine, but like projection is the clear winner. It has the shoulder cape. It does so much cool shit. I thought it was just the power to make projection clones, but then we see him like make portals to stick his limbs through. We see him teleport. We see him hang from the ceiling, and then yes, later have several different like energy projection clones. It's awesome.
All that was missing is a Yosha Lucky.
I also love the gadget that he uses to keep Reiko safe. When it starts detecting danger, it just starts screaming "Warning! Warning!" the way it pronounces that was so funny.
Warming.
Yeah. So Baku decides that he has to target the actual.
The running in place was very funny.
Yeah. It's like, oh no, the walls are closing. Yup, that's what that looks like. So it turns out that the actual core of the nightmare that he has to target is a giant fucking brain above the roof.
How did we miss that?
If the nightmare is the building and we're at the top, it's the head.
I would have thought the foundation, but okay. So yeah, he beams up through the roof and kicks the big brain a couple times.
Rider kicks don't melt steel beams.
It's true.
Although I do,
Man, what the weird...
I do think
you go, Ichi.
I do think this is my favorite new rider kick because it's got like blue energy drill on it. That's so awesome. Because one of my favorite rider kicks before this was Phi's Axel form because of the like teleporting drill kick, and this is basically that but in blue.
But there is one. I have one problem with this finisher. And that he never actually activate the finisher on his driver.
I did notice that.
He just spins it like how he activates his ability.
Yeah.
He didn't really like press the trigger 3 times and spin it.
Yes, that is correct. I did notice that as well, which kind of sucks.
So I guess he can just perform a finisher just by spinning.
Maybe that is to say that was just the special attack, like not the finisher, but like, you know, the Capsims have the attack ability that he does by spinning versus the actual finisher with the trigger. So maybe this means that projection has a different finisher we'll see later.
Yeah. I mean, it's probably that it does all the clones and does a rider kick with all of them.
Yeah.
You guys fucking do what's the green form for O's? Fuck, I forgot.
Katakiriba.
He's just gonna do the Katakiriba kick where it's all the clones.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Let's get 1,000 Zeztz projections, all doing blue drill energy rider kicks.
And we're just gonna have a budget for all of our clone riders, and it's gone.
Yeah. And
that's why we can only use it once.
So I noticed that once the nightmare was defeated, the big chunked out moon in the sky turned from blood red to the normal color. Have we seen that happen before?
I don't.
Yes. Basically, when the moon turns red, it signifies the nightmare is there.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
Yeah.
When the moon.
Once it turns blue, it's like turned back to normal.
God damn it, Blaze! I was just about to say that.
I was thinking that. I wasn't sure what I was trying to come up with the lyrics.
Coming by 2 seconds.
So yeah, that's when Nox drops that line about the price of the Zeztz power, which we'll learn more about soon, hopefully. We see the butterfly come out of Bijogi. He's now purified of the nightmare. And then we see that...
The price of this...
Sorry?
No, I was gonna make a joke. You finish.
No, go ahead. I'll get into it after.
I was gonna say the price of the Zeztz driver, 790 yen.
I thought you were gonna say 777.
Yeah.
Um,
777
And then
US
Nox,
dollars.
and we learned that Nox has Nem's body presumably, and says something the line of "Continue with guiding the nightmare."
yeah. So I don't know if it's a case of Nem has powers that he is exploiting, or he is using her as a conduit to channel his powers. You know what I mean?
Can it be both?
It could be. It's only episode 7. We have a long way to go.
My God.
But yeah, this
It's
was
episode him.
this was a good episode. We're starting to really get into the meat of who these characters are and what's going on in their lives.
Yep.
I can't wait to watch it.
Now we know for sure that Nem is just not around IRL right now.
Yeah. Oh, I just realized it's another I can't almost get fucking Yuya Takahashi bingo, because now we've got an evil corporation that is like profiting off of a dead person. Like I almost got bingo again.
I don't think we can call Nox a corporation.
No, not Nox. I meant
No, I'm talking about
her dad.
The agency.
Her dad's making money off of her despite her being quote unquote dead.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Because where does the money go?
Yeah.
It's not to them, definitely.
Stays in the company, I guess.
Mm.
Or maybe he pockets it. Maybe he's embezzling.
He's wiping the tears like Nem would want me to have this money. And, like, would each like pull the $1 million out of his pocket, like.
Yeah. So next week's episode, the mission is destroy the biological weapon, which I guess is the royal sauce that gets mentioned.
What do you guys? I wanted to ask. What do you guys think about the fact that they're hiding Zero from the police? Because I'm like, what's the point?
I genuinely don't know what the point is.
His house.
Yeah.
They've already broken into your house and seen your secret room that should not exist because there's nothing behind that wall.
I do have a theory, but I do not have any concrete evidence for it. And my theory is that Zero isn't real, and it's just Baku's made-up imagination.
Oh my god, if he's hallucinating him, that would be hilarious!
Because remember, Baku's whole thing is that he wants to be an agent, and he wants to be Agent Zero, and then Zero is based on Agent Zero.
It's just been a normal-ass bike the whole time, and he's been hallucinating the guidance.
They're like, why
Could explain
like, what if
why
Baku is... And how do they explain the whole, like, Zeztz base? What if Baku was an actual agent?
Could explain why why we haven't gotten a Zero figure yet that turns into the bike.
I really, really don't hope... I hope that it's not the case that it turns out he was a real Agent IRL all along! You know what I mean?
I mean, it could be worse.
It could be... I mean, that could be it, and that, like, in the, like... Because if a nightmare takes over somebody's real body, does that mean that they still exist in the dream world? Because then it could be that Baku is a nightmare taken over the body of Agent 7, and, like, his sister is the one, like, watching over him, and his sister is a villain.
I would love to see more of a thing where Baku's real personality and his agent personality start to separate and then coexist.
Yeah.
Let's fucking exit again.
That's exactly.
I would love an episode where they accidentally swap. Where, like, he wakes up and he's still in the 7 persona, and he goes back into the dream and he's still Baku.
No, you know what it is? It's fucking Yami Yugi.
Yeah.
Baku!
Oh my god, you're right.
Baku! He's talking to himself Yami Yugi style.
Yeah.
And, like, Agent 7 does something evil, and, like, and Baku sacrifices himself.
Mind crush.
It's like, I know you'll be able to fix this, Baku.
I want to start
You
calling
already
7
calculus only
Yami
needs to take
Bakuno.
one of us.
Zero.
7. I hit a secret ghost rare Watapon card.
7 just becomes Astral from Zexel. Oh my god.
Baku, this person insulted your sister. I farted on them. They don't know yet.
What?
It's Yubel from Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged.
Yeah.
There's so many different ways this could go, and I can't wait to find out what they're gonna do with this whole thing.
Yes.
If Zero turns out to be a
Oh,
cat, I
God.
will laugh my ass off.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's still a thought. I don't know. I hope that's not the case, but if it does happen, I will laugh.
Yeah.
I just want to see Lane
Oh,
said, Zero is
boy.
no longer my favorite character and I'm quitting Zeztz.
All right, so yeah, next episode we're also gonna get the debut of the recovery form, the green ones.
Green one.
Yeah,
Probably
Oh,
the
buddy.
best looking.
And Nem gets to meet Zero, which is very interesting.
fun. Maybe. Oh, if Nem's meeting Zero, then that means he's not a hallucination. Question mark?
It could still be a dream.
Yeah, who knows? When you're in the Zeztz pit, we can never know.
He did meet human Zero in a dream.
Actually, if Nem's meeting Zero, then they are in the dream because she's in a fucking coma IRL.
Yeah.
I don't think they're gonna pull her out of the coma next fucking episode.
Because Zero
Who
isn't an
knows?
illusion.
Maybe in the dream he's an illusion, but anytime he talks to him IRL, it's a hallucination.
Hmm.
My brain hurts.
Yeah, I'm going cross-eyed. Let's move on. Does someone want to say the thing?
Engage!
Earnestly forgot what the transformation call out was for a second.
So
Okay.
Scared stupid.
They always say it.
so yeah, we start with Sumino trying to wake up Oto by putting the Shinkenger ring back on, and it doesn't wake her up. And the excuse is, oh, I guess it's because Gushima lost his calamity powers. What an unsatisfying explanation.
Yeah.
I mean, the only other answer I can think of is that the ring, because remember, the ring has to choose the user. So I'm thinking it's also because the Shinkenger ring, since it chose Fire Candle before, it no longer chooses her to be its user.
So the
It's
ring
weird, though.
is sentient and an asshole.
Well, I
Have we
think
not established that with the Tyranno ring?
this whole thing is funny. I think the whole thing about the Shinkenger ring is the reason that she's awake is funny because it either means that Tegasword for this one person in a coma broke his rule of you have to find the rings and that's how it happens, or specifically chose Oto because she's Sumino's sister, but also took the memories away because he's an asshole.
Yeah, no matter what the answer is, someone is absolutely
Someone's
dick-moving.
doing something fucked up here.
Yeah.
Somebody's
I don't know, or
a dick
maybe
here,
Tegasword's like,
and I
rules are
don't
rules.
know who.
Atara on the Discord saying the ring was eliminated from the competition, so why would it work for anymore? Except the competition's not
Well, I
over.
mean-
Yeah.
Yeah, if the
Because Hoeru owns it now. Yeah, no, because Hoeru owns the ring now.
Yeah, but the thing is, the rings are all still up for grabs until someone has them all. The fact that in
But
this
only in a-
episode we see that challenges can still be issued, and it's like if I win, I get all your rings. So rings are still up for grabs until someone gets them all.
I guess it might be
But
what Itaro means is is that there is no there's no Tegasword associated with it now. So there is no universe Shinken Red. There is just a Shinkenger ring that is out there that can be used and has power.
So
But,
that means the reason
that
Oto is not waking up is because she doesn't have a silver Tegasword anymore.
because that set Tegasword was Thanos. It's gone.
Assumedly.
Well, I mean that
Deuce to atoms.
like it would make sense because Fire Candle was defeated as Universe Shinken Red.
Yeah. I also just love the thought that the power of the Shinkenger ring is wake up its user from a fucking coma.
Anti-coma
well,
ring.
No. The
the
Shinkenger
Battle
power is
Fever
that
ring,
whatever
actually.
you.
No,
Sorry, what are you gonna say, Jackson?
Oh, I was saying the
Sorry,
Battle
no,
Fever ring
the-
is the opposite of that.
Yeah.
It puts
You
you
put this
the
ring on, it puts
Shinkenger-
you into a coma. You put this ring on, it takes you out of it.
exactly.
Well, how do I
I
put
think-
the other ring on if I have the other one on?
Yeah, her power was the
I
Mojikara
don't-
thing. Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's just because it's like how Kinjiro and currently his what is it, childhood friend, they both got younger not because of the power of the ring, but because
Yes.
Sigurd say, okay, you want to participate? Fine, I'll make you younger so you
Here's-
can
I
actually
think-
fight.
Here's the thing.
I think that's what it is.
That leads perfectly into the discussion I wanted to have about this episode. This episode kind of throws everything around with the idea of like, okay, so people have their wishes. That's why they enter into this war. Some of them get their wishes the second they enter the competition. Some of them have wishes that they will grant at the end. You know what I mean? The whole like get your
It's
wish at
not-
the start or end is kind of up in the air. And then the question becomes, once they have their wish, what's motivating them to keep fighting?
I think.
Taking it away.
Well, I think the only one so far that we've seen that where the person's wish is what, like they get that right away is I'm blanking on his name though. I watched the episode today.
Genji?
Yes.
Yeah.
Is him because his wish is to get younger, and he does that right away. Kinjiro, his wish was what he said at the beginning of the show was to be one of the party people, but Sword was like, "Here, I'll make you younger, so that way you can fight in this war and fight for your wish."
Yeah, so it feels like
even then,
these ones
this
specifically
episode-
are
Yeah,
just like,
and then in this episode, Kinjiro started to realize maybe my wish isn't actually to not really become like he wants to be the party people, but I also think he also wants his wife back.
I was gonna say, I wonder if this is leading to my true wish is for my wife to be back. But then, like, how
Yeah,
does
because
him being
remember-
young
because-
serve that purpose?
Because remember in the episode, the Battle Fever episode, where they all were trapped in a nightmare, they all had dreams on what they want. So like Ryuji gets to serve for Tegasword. Was it Sumino gets to see his sister again, and then for Kinjiro is being young with his wife again.
Yeah,
Live that life again. Very,
So-
very.
I miss my
So-
wife,
so I-
Sword.
yeah, I missed her so much. So yeah, I feel like we're ramping towards he wants to be alive with his wife, both of them being able to be young and just live a whole other life together. That's probably what we're leading up to.
I don't know if I love that.
I mean, it makes sense from
I mean,
his
it could- I
character.
mean,
It makes sense.
Well, it doesn't matter what he wants because Red's gonna end up with all the rings anyway. Another
Probably.
30 rings to Hoeru.
Probably.
I think,
And I still
think-
believe that Hoeru's ultimate wish is that everyone gets their wish.
That would be a very cartoony sort of ending for this, and I kind of want to see it.
And it's
Disney's
Gozyuger.
wish
Anything can
ass.
happen, literally.
Yeah.
I think that I like Kinjiro's motivation being like I lived my life as a hard ass and I want to, spend the rest of my life being one of the party people. And I think that like I actually, based on the way that the show's going, I think that's going to be less of like Kinjiro is probably the best example of this. Where it's like it's gonna be less of like, oh, at the end, Hoeru's wish is my wish is for everyone's wish to be granted, but more like kind of what we've seen throughout the show, where it's like, oh, through this battle, I didn't get my wish granted, but I got what I wanted anyways.
I got what I wanted along the way.
I got what I wanted. The only one that I really remember is Tokunatsu, is Don Momotaro, where his whole thing was like he wanted to be the most like he wanted to be friends with everybody, but then by the end it was like, oh, I have one really strong, one really good friend, and that's all he needed. He doesn't care that he lost. I think that's what Kinjiro's end game is going to be. Is like, oh, I'm not young anymore. I don't get to live this, but I did spend some of the end of my life being one of the party people. And I think that's kind of the consensus for his character.
Yeah, I could see
I
that
guess we'll have
happening.
to see next episode because I think we need to see what happens in the next episode because this is a two-parter.
Yeah.
Yes.
This episode had a really weird structure, and it was only at the very end do we realize that it's a two-parter because of this whole B plot with the Trump no one, who just comes out of nowhere and is just immediately sad.
If I remember, I think the writer for these and next week's episode is the same for Kira Major.
Huh.
Interesting.
I don't know if that's like anything. The writer is the same. It's the writer for these episodes were the writer for Kira Major.
So someone's gonna have to clarify for me the named Golden Ding Dong for this episode. They said his name was Ko Shinsei, so I thought that he was the Flashman one because Sho Shinsei Flashman.
No,
but I saw
he's
Yeah, because I saw he had the Die Ranger emblem on his armband, so now I'm wondering what the hell the name comes from.
I think Cho Shinsei is how they say. It's been a long time since I watched Die Ranger. I forgot.
I completely forgot that the mooks were called ding dongs.
They're not actually. That's just what I'm calling them.
No.
They're called
eyes.
the
eyes because because AI. But we just call them ding dong because dong.
Because they're bells.
Oh my god!
Bell.
He actually thought they were ding dongs.
I thought they were called ding dongs.
I mean I mean, if this was adapted to Power Rangers, I wouldn't say they will actually call them ding dongs. Well, actually no, because Hasbro would have censored them.
Yeah.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, so we cut back to number 1 high school because of course it is. We get a brief little scene with Kinji and Futoshi again. It's nice to see that they're still hanging out. And then we get introduced to Joji's lifelong rival who he went to every school in his life with, Kaku Genji, who is back with his own set of youth power-up and the Die Ranger ring. So he turns into Universe Ryu Ranger.
Lovely.
But before that, we have the whole side plot with Trump no one, who is currently in a slump because no one plays cards nowadays.
I love it. It's so fucking funny. He's just sad because
nobody's playing cards anymore.
Because playing cards aren't popular anymore.
Because how am I supposed to be a no one of playing cards when no one plays playing cards?
I would actually argue that that's more of a reason to be the number 1. You have less people challenging you.
They're telling me I'm a no one.
The thing about the no ones is that they always want to play their what their themes are.
Yeah. My dude, go to a fucking. You do know poker tournaments are still a thing.
The Universe Warrior walked up to me, tears in his eyes, and he says, "Trump, no one."
They said, "I need you to fight in this battle. Like, all these people, they're not doing well. And so I had to come in and I had to be the best. I'm truly number 1. Tegasor weeps before me."
No.
Like, this guy didn't even think to go to a casino or a poker tournament. Like, playing cards are still a thing.
Now, most bars in Japan has Beyblades now.
They showed me this new card game. It's called Magic the Gathering. And I'm like, I don't want to gather shit, let alone magic.
They paid people to gather the magic for me.
Yeah.
I have good cards. I have the best cards. My cards are amazing.
I have the best. Nobody can beat this hand.
Planeswalker, beautiful planeswalker.
I'm gonna make magic great again. I'm gonna build a deck and we're gonna make Watsy pay for it.
Oh my god.
Build the deck.
Okay, we gotta move on from this bit.
Yeah.
A red laser appears on all of our heads.
Oh no!
Whoa! Get down!
Whoa!
I forgot we had that. Gunshot sound?
A hole in your head.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Apologies to anyone on headphones. Okay, I just jump scared.
Okay, we gotta move on.
Okay, so Kaku Genji challenges Kinjiro to a 3-round battle of Chinese cuisine.
Awesome.
And this is when we say, do not let this old man's cook.
And here's the
They're
thing.
all sucked at it.
Yeah, and like they called it a Chinese cuisine #1 battle, but only the first round was about food. Because like they do this, they cook rice for the first one, and they both suck. But they decide that Kinjiro wins because they hire nothing but biased judges. Like no one thought of like they're all Kinjiro's friends. Of course they're gonna vote for him if it's that close.
The first thing they say is like, we've amassed you as a council so that we can have a fair tournament.
No,
Which is just
And it's
not
all
the
my
case at all.
friends.
absolutely not fair. We just need an excuse for them to stay in the episode.
I tell you, it's rigged.
And my favorite bit in that entire like cooking battle, freaking Genji. Oh yeah, and Genji's ring ability is transform, and he turns into a pan.
Yeah, he uses Dire Ranger powers to cheat effectively.
Whoa, whoa,
And-
whoa, whoa.
And everyone started doing the Die Ranger reference, going, "Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa!"
Yeah, I noticed that. That was fun. So round 2 is playing Pogs but with cards.
Okay, this is fucking bullshit. Cause
Oh,
how
yeah.
the fuck did they do all that?
This is some bullshit. They throw down a hand's worth of Menko cards, as they call them, and they just magically assemble into a fucking house of cards.
I can do that. If I train hard enough, I can do that.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, watch.
So Kinjiro makes a 2-level stack and calls it the Arc de Triomphe, and then Kinjiro, or Genji, cheats with the power of a fucking blowing fan and turns it into the Tokyo Tower, evidently.
Hey, it's the Die Ranger fan.
Yep.
Die Ranger fan.
Number one.
It's their biggest fan.
Literally.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
I always find it so funny when like people, not like trying to make fun of these people, but when like people come up with like fan made like powers for the Universe Warriors, and they always are like, oh, I'm gonna come up with this like cute little power that like matches the Ranger that it's associated with, and then like fucking Gozyuger does this where it's like, oh, what's the Die Ranger's power? I could turn into a fan. What's Battle Fevers? Makes people go to sleep. Wow. Like, that's all it is.
Yeah, some of these are real
I mean,
throwaway powers.
Which is fine. I
But
don't
if you
mind
think-
that.
Because if you think about it, some Sentai powers are kind of similar to others.
Well, yeah.
So, like,
it's,
even if they, yeah.
it's one of those things where it's like, it doesn't matter. It's the same thing like when the show started, everyone was like, oh, what are all these reds gonna be? Like, all these past reds are gonna come back and play different reds, and like they'll try and match it. It's like, no, they're not gonna do that. They're just gonna have random people. That Taya thing was a
For them
one-off
to-
thing because it's funny.
For the conceit of the show to be leaning so heavily on the anniversary aspect with all these past Rangers, they're really fucking phoning some of these in.
Yeah, that's
I don't-
one of,
Okay, because I don't think Gozyuger is trying to be a big anniversary season. It's just trying to be its own thing, but acknowledge that, yes, other Sentai do exist.
It's weird. It's just I think that there's and this might be a little too off topic from the episode itself, but I think that like a big thing about Gozyuger is that it's kind of confused in what it wants to be, and I think that it does each thing that it wants to do kind of well. Where it's like, oh, it wants to be this more like episodic show about like a universe war where all these past Reds come out, but they are, you know, these people come up with past Reds powers, and they like, and you know, we get to see like these suits come back, but they're different people in them, and like they kind of can have a similar journey to what that or something semi-thematically related to that season. But it's also wants to be a more, I don't want to say serialized because it's barely serialized, but like a show about the No Ones and Brighton, and then it also wants to be a show about like the Calamity, and I think that there's just too much going on, and it doesn't know what it wants to be, and so none of them are as good as I think they could be. I think all three of these aspects could make a different show that is good, but I think together none of them feel as fleshed out as I think they could be.
Yeah, the thing Gozyuger, it has a lot of really good ideas, and they do each of them well individually, but the problem is there's very little cohesion between all of these ideas.
Yeah.
I think, okay, for me, I think this is more of like what Toei wants to do for each season, because there has been a trend where recent Toku has like a big concept. For example, Geeks. The whole thing about the Design Grand Prix. There's thousands upon thousands of writers, but we never focus on most of them at all. So I feel like it's a concept thing where like they want to have a grand idea, but they also know that they can't fully fulfill all of it.
I'm actually really happy you brought that up because I was thinking about this earlier today when I was like thinking about what I was going to talk about here. I think the difference between Zeztz and Gozyuger is that Zeztz feels very intentional with the way that it's set up its plot, where you have like that. It starts as a show about the DGP, and then slowly wanes off of it to be about these characters and their journey in the DGP, and like the DGP ending and what that means, what the aftermath of that is. And so that, even though I do feel I prefer the first like couple arcs of Zeztz because I like that concept for a show more, I think that feels intentional, and it doesn't feel like, oh, they're trying to balance multiple things at once. It does feel like they started with this one thing and then they slowly wane off of that and go into this different like more soul, like character focused show, less about the concept of the DGP. Gozyuger feels like they made a show where they had this cool concept with the universe war, but they also wanted to do these other things. Whereas Zeztz is like, if you put it on a chart, it's like slowly going down in like how much it focuses on the DGP. Gozyuger is like a car that just keeps hitting the brakes, and then like it's like, oh, we're gonna talk about the universe war a little bit, and then we're gonna stop, and then we're gonna talk about it more, and then we're gonna stop, and then it just keeps stopping and starting with each of its plots. And it doesn't, like, it's not consistent enough to where, like, oh, we're going to do this plot and then ease into this other one. It's like we kind of flipping back and forth, and none of it feels as satisfying as I think it could be.
I will say that, okay, I do agree with your point. If I have to describe it, it's like Gozyuger presented itself as like, because if you think about it, the plot of Gozyuger, like the universe war, kind of fits as a story for Rider, kind of. Sure. Then it also has a balance being a Sentai as well, because they have the universe war, but they also got to fight the no ones, and you got to do it like simultaneously.
I think it's an unfortunate thing where I think that this concept just never really works for that. This concept just doesn't really work for a Sentai, because from episode like 2 onwards, I've always, and I know other people have had this thought, but like I've always had this thought in the back of my head of like, okay, but why are they a team? Like it doesn't really make sense for this, like these 5 people to just be so friendly to each other all the time. And like there is rarely ever a moment in this show where like things get like out of like one person is like, oh, I'm gonna do this thing to fulfill my wish. Like the only times that I think in recent I can think of recently in Gozyuger, or just like over the whole show, is Rikuo briefly turning on the team for Rei, and then Ryugi when he quits the team, when he gets defeated by Horu. It's just I think that this concept of the universe war, it just wouldn't work for a Sentai, because the core of the show is like you have 5 people who come together and they form this greater like power that they would then greater than they would be separate. But the background of the show is always, yeah, but only one of them gets to keep the powers at the end of the show. So it's very like, the only character that I think works conceptually for this is Mashiro, because he's like, oh, I won this war before, but I'm basically doing my own thing. But it's always in the back of my mind. It always just makes me be like, I really just wish they didn't do this. I wish they would just cut this entirely, honestly.
May I ask, did they ever give a reason for why the other Gozyugers are colors other than red?
Not really.
What?
I think it's just like
the only distinction I remember.
Only give the red.
The only distinction I remember being explicitly stated is, because they have the specific Gozyuger powers, they also have the responsibility of fighting off Bridan and the No Ones. But there was never really an explicit reason for why that is the case. And I was theorizing a lot through the early part of the show was, in exchange for that, they get their wishes in advance. But as we've seen, especially from this episode, that's not a very unique case. You know what I mean?
I think
Wait,
just
did you
because
mean-
Tegasor needs a
when you
team.
said that, you meant like why Rico is a blue ranger or why Kinjiro is a green ranger?
Yeah, why are they the
Yeah.
Gozyugers and not just other Reds?
I mean, I need to rewatch this episode because I haven't seen it in a while. But the episode with Universe Tyranno Ranger where he says like something.
Because it's established in Tegasor's. Because it was established in the book about Tegasor that 5 heroes are specifically chosen to be a Gozyuger.
But why?
It's not explained well.
The only
like,
answer-
this concept.
The only answer to that is specifically so they can fight off Bryden.
I think that.
But we also established that there were other threats like the Calamity,
Exactly.
which are now coming back.
Tegasword didn't exist to fight Bryden. Tegasword existed to fight off the Calamity, and Bryden was created just because Tegajun was copied off of Tegasword.
Which doesn't make any sense because didn't Kuon make Tegajun, or is that a different thing? Or am I?
No. Tegajun was an AI created based on Tegasword, somewhere in between the first universe war and where we are right now.
Tegajun was the one who hired Kuon to work for her.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Because the No One world existed, and then that's when existed before Hoeru and Kuon went there.
And of course,
Hoeru kids.
I love that we've forgotten to even include Kuon in this discussion until 5 seconds ago. You could count him as his own faction.
It's crazy how fucking bad that character is. That character made me stop watching the show for a very long time.
We're on episode 35 and we still don't know what the fuck is going on with his whole like X tattoo or whatever the fuck.
It's insane like how little that character has to do with anything other than like occasionally show up to fuck with Haru.
My guess at this point is it's going to turn out that he's going to be another one of the Calamity.
It's an actor thing because he's a big name.
You gotta stop doing that, man. they gotta watch themselves.
Yeah,
So anyway,
they always hired someone who. Yeah. Oh, never mind. Go, Ichi.
So anyway, back to this episode. We during this whole B plot with the Trump no one. At one point, like we get this whole like Trump no one and Ko Shinsei are best friends. Sure, okay. So Ko is giving him shit because he's in a slump. And then at one point we see Ko and other ding-dongs like riding bicycles, and he's like, I'm gonna fix you, I'm gonna help you get out of your slump. And I'm like, how and why, or how are you going to do that, and why are you on bicycles? They show up during the
bicycle,
They show up during the first confrontation between Kinjiro and Genji to like start filming, and then when they get their asses kicked, they just leave. And it's not really clear why they were filming or what they were doing.
I think he's just filming just to show that if you're not going to do it, then I'm going to do it, and that's a motivation because if I'm fighting, you got to fight with me too because we're friends.
Yeah, I get it. It's like, if you won't get off your ass and fight the Gozyugers, we'll do it for you, and we will film us doing it so that you see it, I guess.
And for the bike, that is a Die Ranger reference from the opening.
I figured it had to be because I didn't understand it.
Am I crazy, or does Trump no one's head kind of look like what's the fucking Die Ranger Tiger mech?
It's yes. If I'm also I forgot who. Can somebody help me?
I did notice
Ding Dong is voiced by someone from Die Ranger.
That feels like something they do. And yeah, I did notice that the Trump no one's head looked like a white tiger, which is a fun
Looks like
detail.
one tiger.
Oh yeah, Torampu, Tora, tiger.
Ah.
Yeah.
Hey.
That's fun. I really like that monster design. The fact that his head was a stacked deck of cards, if you look at it, is a really clever design. It was a really neat design, and I look forward to seeing what he does next episode. But back to this one. So we get the second round of the duel between Genji and Kinjiro, and Kinji loses because he makes fucking Tokyo Tower somehow. So they decide that the third round of the Chinese cuisine #1 battle is going to be fucking baseball.
Oh, Decker.
Baseball.
Did they play baseball a lot in Die Ranger?
There was a baseball episode.
Okay.
There's like a baseball episode every season.
Also true.
And what's funny about this
Baseball
is
so
that
nasty.
they made it so that they have proper baseball outfits for on the Ranger suit.
It was stupid as fuck,
Very
but
funny.
I did laugh at it, so it gets
Very,
a
very
pass.
funny.
I especially
Also
liked it
like how
when
they-
Eagle grew his fucking suit wings out of the back of the baseball uniform. And yeah,
I like that they keep doing that.
it's
Letting Eagle
Sentai.
fly.
Baseball is their national pastime. There's gonna be a baseball episode every season.
It's either baseball or golf.
And then fucking Ryu Ranger literally Kamehamehas one of his pitches.
That
As you do.
is the Die Ranger finisher, if I'm correct.
Yeah, I figured it probably was. The fact that Decker posted this reminds me, one thing that Gozyuger really hasn't done more than once is an actual proper team roll call.
Nope.
I think I've
it's
just
really
been
hard to do that when it's about like one Ranger fighting one no one.
Yeah, I've been pretty desensitized to it since the likes of Dawn Brothers and Kinjiro, so I don't notice it as much, but it definitely is not happening.
Yeah.
Like Boom Boonger
and
did it a
also,
fair amount, but not as much now.
Yeah, one thing about their baseball uniforms, the back of their shirt, they have a number, and
It's
it's
the series
specifically
number?
the number of what they're sent. Yeah, it's the series number.
Yeah, I figured.
Is it
Die Ranger 17 and Goji Eagles 50.
That's not series number.
It's the number
Sorry,
on
not
their
series
rings.
number, team
Yeah, it's just
number.
their
Yeah,
number, yeah.
gotta
Uh,
specify team number because if it's series number, it's fucking 49. But we're not
I
gonna go
gotta
there.
talk about that. I think that's fucking stupid. They did that where they just
Let's-
randomly were
Let's
like,
not
for-
have another conversation about the numbering. We've talked to death about it. It's dumb. It only
fair enough.
it
Fair
the
enough.
purpose is so that they can call this the number 50 show.
Sure.
Anyways, so the third round of this duel is to see who can get a home run first. And I just love the bit where Kinjiro knocks it out, and then Ryu Ranger uses his goddamn power pole to catch the ball.
Yep.
Vegas says you either get stock henshins or roll calls. Again, that's what I liked about Zenkaiger. They had both, even though the suits were dog shit.
I think those suits are fine. I don't like them.
So then
I'll start fights.
that's a separate show. So fucking Bright End shows up on their bikes, and I just love that Candle is just wearing an actual helmet as he shows up.
Yeah.
They may be the villains of our show, but they still believe in proper bicycle safety.
Hey man, he's not gonna be able to get his dream if he has a concussion.
Oh
Sorry for
man,
the sound a second ago. I accidentally opened something.
I didn't notice, but that's fine. Yeah. So apparently this back and forth between them trying to get a home run went on for at least 27 pitches. Apparently, many of them off screen. And then Genji reveals as Kinjiro goes for a pitch that he wants Eternal Youth, which upsets Eagle enough that he whiffs his pitch, and it looks for a second like Genji's about to win, but then the fucking baseball pings off one of the eye-izers flying through the sky.
Yeah, because they got a new type of iizers.
Yeah, which turn into
Which is
fucking
crazy to debut
Magnivore
this
jet
episode.
fighters from Beetleborgs.
Very, very
Yeah, because,
strange to debut
Sin-
this episode.
Because I think it works because remember they got their ass beat by the Calamity, and right now they want to get more. Like the Brightons now want to get more powerful, so they make new technology. Now they make the fucking robots fly.
We have to remind everyone watching that we're the main fucking villains of this show.
Allegedly.
And you know what?
Alleged-
I like them.
Yeah, no, the Brighton are great. They're entertaining.
I love their theming.
Yeah.
They hit that like wedding theming so much. Or like
Yep.
so perfectly.
Yep.
And then we got Kamikaze.
Yeah. So we get Ryotega's sword. Everything blows up, and apparently the baseball duel just didn't have a resolution. So that's going to be figured out next episode.
Next time on Dragon Ball. I can't find a pun. I lost.
Fuji.
So yeah, next episode we're gonna get Eagle using the Rio Tegazord power up. I think I saw Tegazord 5 colors or whatever the fuck it's called in there.
Yes.
Yep. Yeah, Rio Tegazord 5 color.
That's it.
And Fire Candle's mech might get an upgrade because look at it.
Oh, neat.
Finally. I think it's very funny that they keep bringing that mech back, but they like don't upgrade it. It's like, all right, this mech that lost its first fight, just bring it back in the same way that it was before.
Oh, and then it looks like Eagle uses a finisher along with Curie Red.
Yes, like what?
Because he's
yeah,
the
they both
party
do it.
people. Why not use the Sentai that has a party theme to it?
Oh, that's fun.
Oh my god.
Carnival!
Yeah, Carnival, yay!
I'm going to stab you.
See, I told you go.
Who says this show
So,
has no cohesion?
So, what is it? Horu used Shinkenger. Rio used Sun Vulcan.
Sun Vulcan and Magi Ranger.
Did he use Magic Ranger? Oh, I forgot.
Yeah, because he used it on Ray. No, he used it on I forgot the Calamity name.
I was gonna say Ray had the Magi Ranger ring. He would have had to beat him first to get it.
Yeah, but then he beat it, and then they got the ring, and then they defeated freaking. I forgot what the Calamity's name was.
Bellilum.
Yeah, Bellilum.
Bellilum. It's like the Japanese onomatopoeia for wagging your tongue at someone. Bellilum. We're children.
All right.
Yeah.
I wish this episode was more interesting. Not that it was bad; it was entertaining.
Yeah,
but,
it's the best thing I can say is it was a fun episode.
it was fun. I like Kinjiro a lot. I think he's like the heart of the team. He's a very charming actor who's doing the bit of like, I'm an old man in a young person's body. He's doing that very well. And I think that conceptually it's really cool that they did an episode where someone else was in the same position as Kinjiro. I think that's really cool that they did, do that.
Yeah.
I mean, plus his whole thing about we have an old man in the team is already a brilliant idea.
Yeah.
Dude, my jaw was on the floor when they revealed that. It was crazy.
Yep.
I think the show has a lot of really good ideas.
Yep.
And I can appreciate that.
I mean, if you have to admit, Gozyuger isn't bad.
I wouldn't say so. I think
No.
it's more disappointing, but still entertaining.
Yeah. And unfortunately, Toei is very ready to accept that is good enough.
Yeah.
I mean, Dawn Brothers is the top 3 Sentai there, so that explains everything.
That guy, that blowing up is the bane of my existence.
Same.
The fact that a top 3 Sentai in Japan is Gokaiger, Shinkenger, and Dawn Brothers.
And
I don't know how to tell you.
I'm not unhappy at that. I should say, I'm happy people like that show. Because I'd rather people liked that show than, and I don't like it, than nobody likes that show. Because that sucks. People, that sucks that someone created something. If someone were to create something, and objectively across the board, nobody liked it. But I'm happy, it got really popular. I do just think that the butterfly effect from that show blowing up has led to certain things that I personally am not a huge fan of.
The fact that people like it has cursed us forever.
And that's okay. Maybe that's the way it was written from the beginning. Maybe we all did something in the past life, and this is our punishment.
I don't know. Who knows? Maybe we'll have another King Oger at some point.
I fucking wish, man. I think the biggest thing that sucks is that King Oger didn't get as popular, because I think that could have changed the game.
Yeah.
If we got a bunch.
I mean,
if Boom Boonger was anything as creative and limit pushing as King Oger, I think I would have loved that show. But
King Oger was top 5 if I recall.
Okay, that's good.
But yeah, people just like the I guess the outrageousness of Dawn Brothers.
I think that makes sense as a kid show. That's easy for everyone to enjoy. because I think that kids like, especially I think the humor in Don Brothers, like when it works, it does work. It's silly enough to where it's funny for everybody. Like it's a shitpost. Shitposts are funny to everybody.
Yeah.
And so I can understand why
when the shitpost takes over the actual narrative, that's when we got the problem.
It's the difference between King Gozyuger and Don Brothers was like Don Brothers has things to say, but it's more of a shitpost than it is like trying to say something. King Gozyuger, I think, has a lot to say, and it is also a little bit of a shitpost, but it's more of trying to like say things and have themes, and expand on those themes in a mature way for like everybody to understand and be able to digest. But you know, different strokes, different folks.
Here's the thing. Don Brothers, I would have been fully on board with if it had been a 12-episode side show of some sort. It's the fact that, yes, it's a shitpost, but it's a shitpost I had to sit and wade through every week for a fucking year.
Yeah.
Shitposts are funny because they are brief.
Yes. And also like I think Don Brothers is funny sometimes, but I also think Don Brothers can be painfully unfunny at times, which really hurts it being like a shitpost. Like that's part of the.
Also,
like,
this is.
Go ahead.
Don Brothers was plenty funny. I don't take any of that away from it. The problem is it tried to also have actual lore that was interesting and question invoking, and then said "fuck you" for asking about it.
Yeah.
And for the audience who is tired of us talking about Don Brothers, we apologize. We had to bring it up.
Yeah. Anyways, let's move on to our feature topic.
Bonds, I guess.
Sorry?
I want to because the whole thing about Kids in the Red is like bonds, I think.
Oh, you said bonds. I thought you said bronze, and I'm like, what?
What?
I don't know. Anyways,
This is
so
interesting.
this is the first episode of The Red Ranger is an Adventure in Another World. It's a very, very simple concept, and one that I'm surprised hadn't been done earlier. It's literally what it says on the tin. The Red Ranger from a Sentai team gets isekai'd into a magical fantasy land.
Yeah.
And you can tell that whoever worked on this really likes Sentai.
Oh yeah, it is so on point.
Which I think whoever they're changing from the manga to the anime might kind of ruin a little bit of it, but I'll talk about that a little bit later, I guess.
I think that it's very, and maybe I should save this like for the end when we're done talking about the episode. But I think this is very interesting that this is a TV show, and like obviously I think it's based off of manga, but like I think it's very interesting that it's a TV show because I watched this 20-minute episode and I was like, all right, what more are they gonna do? like, what other bits do they have planned? Because I think it's like it was good. I enjoyed it.
More Toku shenanigans.
Yeah,
Sure.
I've seen the whole season, so I will say I'm kind of impressed that they managed to take this bit and stretch it into a whole 12-episode season. But I will say there are some...
From what?
I'm not going to go into who it
Sorry,
is,
Cody.
but they do also throw in a character who I would equate to a Kamen Rider, so they do change it up a little bit as it goes.
Sure.
They do a lot with it that I think is really cool, and like for a thing that's very clearly like a semi-parody, yeah, of course there's still more to do, because, I mean, there's the actual story.
Yeah.
Like, I think it started out as a joke, and then they're just like, yeah, no, let's fucking do something with this. The original, like, mangaka, I mean.
Yeah.
But I think going into the anime, they may have been trying to do a bit too much more. Because when they were doing a lot of advertising, I was complaining because for some reason, like in the ad campaign, they did a whole thing where like they treated it like it was like the show, like his team was a show. But the point of this whole premise is like, no, this is a real man. This isn't a TV character. This is a dude.
Yeah. It's funny how on the nose it is, they kind of straddle the line between this is a show and this is a real thing that's happening in Japan, where it's like, yes, they are actual rangers with actual powers fighting an actual villain, but also they have stage specials and like do performances for children.
Heavily merchandised here.
Like the
Okay, I'm going to be the voice for Terra. He says that it's all under Togo's head.
That would be hilarious.
I don't know. The original,
because the way he explained it to oh my god, I'm really bad with names. The fucking chick in the episode, it's all like
Ghidra.
in her head, in his head. Yeah. Ghidra, yeah.
So anyway, we get introduced to our Sentai for this series, Banso Sentai Kizuna 5. And it's hilarious that we're talking about this while Gozyuger's airing, because Briden's thing is all about marriages and hands and bonds, and the Kizuna 5 are also about bonds and marriage and then also weirdly band-aids because they repair bonds, I guess.
I think as a parody,
it's all relationship themed.
I think as a parody, that's really funny. Because it's like that's the whole thing with Sentai, is that, you know, I already said it earlier. So to have it be like a Sentai whose gimmick and whose theme is bonds, I think is very on the note in a way that I like.
Yeah. It opens with something that wasn't in the first issue of the manga, if I remember correctly, which is actually showing the Red Ranger's death, like in the final battle. Where they summon the Megazord, the Mecha, and we see the names, which are all most of them are puns.
Yes,
based on different words meaning bonds and friendship.
I have them all written down. So the red dinosaur Zord is Friend-D. The blue bird Zord is Trust Storm. The yellow tiger Zord.
Funny.
The yellow tiger Zord is Promise Striker. The green gorilla is Unikong, and the pink dolphin is Love Mariner.
Yeah.
So we see them Bunso Gatai into Maximum Kizuna Kaiser, and I'm kind of disappointed by that
fucking name.
Yeah, if this is the base form Megazord, it should just be called Kizuna Kaiser. Maximum Kizuna Kaiser sounds like the final form that comes later.
Hold on. It is a modern Sentai, so it actually does make sense for the basic 5 mech combination to be the final mech in this show.
Also, yes, but it still should just be called Kizuna Kaiser.
I agree.
Yeah, which, like, I think, like, I guess it went over my head in the original manga. I thought that when, like, in the show, like, by the end of the episode, of course, he summons the mecha in the fantasy world.
Fucking somehow!
Yeah, I thought it was like, oh, Red has his own individual mecha.
Which is not unprecedented.
He summons all 5.
Yeah, the fact he's able to summon the other 4 Zords is baffling.
Okay, for Terra, he's saying all of that has an explanation, but it's later on, like, even outside of the anime.
Yeah, I'm just talking about, like, impressions after watching the first episode. I'm trying my best to not spoil stuff from later.
Yeah.
I just decided to entice people by by mentioning that there is a Kamen Rider-esque character you'll meet later.
Yeah. It feels like they want to go full parody, but also make something semi-serious, and they can't decide. And as such, they kind of, like, it's good. Don't get me wrong. I'm enjoying it, but
the tone is weird.
Yeah,
the tone is flip-floppy.
It's hard, because it's like they want it to be like making fun of, like poking fun at the like tropes in Sentai and what that means, but they also want to play that, like, I think it works in the beginning like very well, where it's just like they're playing that completely straight. But
I think they do very good with the fantasy person poking fun at Sentai tropes and the Sentai guy poking fun at fantasy tropes.
Yes,
but
like, why is that thing making noises?
Yeah, they're absolutely on point with all of the like tropes and references and aspects of a typical Sentai. They're absolutely on point, and you feel like it is coming from a place of appreciation. But then also the fantasy magical witch lady goes, "Why the fuck is any of this?"
Yeah.
Why is that explosion? Why did it almost kill me?
because it is inherently silly, and I appreciate that they're
Yeah.
like willing to poke fun at that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it should be poked fun at and made a couple jokes here, haha, funny. Like, here's a trope that we're gonna make fun of. But at the same time, like, there's like a few points where it goes a bit too far. And it's like, all right, let's dial it back a bit. We want us to take you seriously.
I do think that there is some of that later on in the show, but I do think that they also kind of get used to the Sentai weirdness and even at some points weaponize it to their advantage.
No, yeah, of course. It's just at times it can be a bit much.
A little
is
grating.
What it feels like. Yeah.
Yeah. Also,
Um,
I just want to quickly comment on the name of the team, Kizuna5. I really fucking hate Sentai that have 5 in the name or any sort of number, because that's just saying, no, we cannot have another one. Spoilers, there's a 6th
Is it
fucking
worse than
ranger.
man?
Spoiler,
Is it worse than
spoilers,
having
there's
man
apparently
in the name?
2 extra rangers.
Yeah. One of which gets spoiled in literally the ending of the anime after episode 2. But then never, like, really happens in the first season of the show.
Like,
Although they do,
My
do.
God.
If you're paying attention, you do also see the actual 6th ranger in one shot in this episode in one of the crystals while he's isekaiing.
Like very early on, yeah.
So yes, there are at least 2 other rangers in Kizuna 5. So fucking great choice to name them that.
Oh, then
at least Q Ranger had the audacity to be like, yeah, no, it starts as 9, but then it's for ultimate.
No, yeah. The thing is, Q Ranger was a reference to Kyukyoku no Kyuseishu, the ultimate saviors.
Yeah.
then I shall never speak of Quartet 5.
Do not remind me of whatever that card game was. I
so-
still get mad
Why
at the
is-
fact that there was a 7th Ranger who was evil because 7, 8, 9.
So yeah, Maximum
It is
Kizuna
good.
Kaiser happens, and the Megazord is very, very awesome, and has a bitchin' theme song sung by none other than Akira Kushida.
Very, very good.
And then the Megazord gets immediately destroyed,
Yeah. I will say, the Megazord is awesome. I want that toy.
right?
If they ever make it, I will buy it.
That's
The animation
Well,
is very
luckily
good
for
that.
you, Blaze, there is a toy, but it doesn't combine. It's a model kit.
What the fuck?
That's like the whole fucking thing.
why are we even here if it's not combining?
That's
Cancel the show.
That's the name of the movie.
So he's fighting the villain faction Zetsueno, or Zetsuenders, which is all about breakups. They're all
Yeah.
themed after ways that relationships end. It's hilarious.
Yeah.
So Dam and the Bryden will be actual enemies.
Yeah.
We'll need to pick about
and
this
it
mech,
was
just how
kind of
detailed the-
clear that there was like a couple like other Toku-esque characters that were supposed to be inspired by like the generals are supposed to be inspired by. There was a grasshopper man.
Yeah.
There was like
Femme
just a
fatale.
lady who was like I think is supposed femme fatale, but I think is all like maybe supposed to be like a magical girl thing as well.
One
Yep.
of them is just a character from JoJo's.
Yeah, one of them is just Jotaro Kujo, but a wolf.
Yeah. Wojo.
Watch.
This I will say I like all of the designs. I think all the characters and monsters look really cool, except for the female lead. I think she's showing
It's-
too much.
Like that. I think it's insane they did that. I know it's an anime. I know it's like it's
Anime.
the genre.
This
It's
show
like,
is
I can't-
poking almost as much fun at Magic World Isekai shows as they are at Sentai, because our
Sure.
female protagonist is a big boobed wizard lady.
I think
Yeah,
I
but
think
could
that's
she
funny.
at least have a top that covers some of her cleavage?
I think that's funny for the first 5 seconds you see the character, and then she just exists like that for the rest of the show.
Yeah.
I'm kind of surprised that like
legitimately,
the way because Asagaki is
Go ahead.
this fucking himbo brained red Sentai, that he didn't just at some point go, "Hey, you should cover up."
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just odd. Like that like the show is not bad. I will never say that. Like I did not read a lot of the original manga, but what I did read I thought was really really good.
Yeah.
But I think for the anime they're trying too hard.
It does come off like that a little bit.
One of the things I was trying to say, but I don't know if it really kind of caught on. In the advertising, they were trying to make everything feel like it was like the team was a show, including like, you know how some Sentais have like a name of like their episodes are called like something instead of an episode, like Stop 41 or something, like
Oh yeah,
or
yeah.
whatever. They said they made up a name, I think, for every single episode for a 50 episode series in
Yeah.
the advertising for the magazine. They talked about it all like it was a show. Like they hired like Sentai alumni to voice his other team, which I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure from what I know about the original manga, his team doesn't really show up at all until like late,
Wow.
which I
And-
think is probably what they should have done.
Really?
So
Personally, if I was writing something like this, it would be like, hey, have the adventure, and then near the ending be like, hey, let's cut to his team and be like, hey, our equipment's still getting used for some reason. I think Red's alive.
why do our
know.
Zords keep vanishing?
Yeah, every
Yeah.
day,
No, because-
every day the full mech vanishes and then reappears with a couple scratches.
Conveniently, it never happens while we need to use it.
Yeah.
So Red gets
yeah.
isekai'd into magical fantasy world, and then 6 months pass, and we cut to Ghidra trying to hire adventurers to go find mana metal, which is just fucking crystals. Just say crystals.
Yeah. They literally say
Mana? Metal?
crystallized,
Mana
and
metal.
it's like that's not what metal. There are a few metals that have like crystalline structures, and they're not strong.
So we have
I
a
think like one of them is like 10.
yeah, I don't know. So we have this golem that she's testing adventurers with, and some bulk and skull ass randos get their asses whooped. And then as the golem is carrying them out, Asagaki shows up, thinks the golem is kidnapping them, and whoops its fucking ass.
Yeah.
I did like the moment where he shows up and he's like, "All right, everybody, evacuate! There's this golem who's kidnapping people."
I love that he shows up in a fucking like mysterious person cloak, like it's a big fucking reveal.
Yeah, because I think again I'm pretty sure in the manga it was a joke because like it was like, oh, mysterious person, it didn't have a name yet, and then the name was at the end of the manga where it's like, oh yeah, no, it's a Red Ranger who's been isekai'd.
Was this the first time he showed up in the manga? They didn't do that whole prologue in his world?
No, it started with him just a show like with him just like walking in.
Wow.
That
Yeah,
makes sense.
that's what I was saying. We didn't if from what I remember, the original manga did not have anything about his team. Did they?
Okay,
Like I don't.
but then again, but with
let me
how
look it
the
up.
show is advertised, I think it works that it already show who is Kizuna Red.
Sure, but then why does he need the cloak?
He's in another world where fuck it. It's like guys using with the cape again.
It would. I think it
Why
would
do
have
we
been.
have it? Because it's cool.
I think it. I think it would have been. No, let's not have that conversation again. I think this show would have been better if we don't see him approach the building in the cloak. We just see the golem carrying out the two randos, and then 5 seconds later, him and the golem crash through the fucking window. You know what I mean? I think that would have been a way better reintroduction to the
Sure.
character.
Sure, like yeah, very explosive. Like,
Asagaki Togo is so high key of a character that him trying to like be subtle and blend in with this mysterious tattered cloak is the least on character thing he does the whole season.
yeah, I think it's very much just like it feels like a product, and I'm guessing Tara is saying
Okay.
it wasn't the case, but it feels more like a product of like if it were the case of that was the first time you see him in the show.
Yeah.
Okay, looking at the actual manga pages, it shows. Yeah, we do see him and his team for 3 panels, and then it shows him falling. We see the ouch. But we do not see anything after that. We see the where am I?
We see
And then
the
it
ouch.
cuts to everything. We do not like with him falling on his head, with him saying like whatever. But we like in the anime, it's a whole like 5-minute long thing. But in the original manga, it is like 5 panels.
Wow.
Sure.
I think they
Man.
went a bit too far showing us his team when it really. It's nice to see them. I don't think it mattered that much.
I think it would have been better
Okay.
if we had met each of them in flashbacks one by one per episode for the first few episodes.
Yeah.
Didn't they do that?
I
Do
mean,
they?
I mean,
I don't know.
instead of meeting them all up front in this prologue. So yes, we get this whole scene with the golem, and Asagaki comes in fist blazing, and then we get to see him henshin for the first time into Kizuna Red, and even though this is an animated show where they have full creative control and they can make it any way they want, they still make it an in-the-shot henshin instead of like an amazingly animated stock henshin.
Yeah, I feel like that's probably the other thing where they're putting too much fun about this being a show when like that's a man.
Yeah.
Like it's the thing that I think ticks me off the most with this that I was saying like I didn't want to bring it up again and I'm bringing it up again. Like this should be treated as just a normal isekai thing with a few funny tropes, but instead it's cartoons.
This is stuff
Yeah.
Sentai does, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely it's what I was saying earlier when I was like, I'm surprised that this is a show because I feel like this would be a really fine movie where it's like, oh, we got a movie where it's like, oh, he gets isekai'd and it's we poke fun at the Sentai stuff for like an hour and then we poke fun at the fantasy stuff for an hour and then it all gets resolved in like a clean, tight 90 minutes or something. But I'm very curious as to what the rest of this show will be like in terms of how they handle the parody, because like even like a lot of parody shows like what Akiba Rangers, how long is Akiba Ranger?
2 seasons.
2011.
Episodes, I think.
Is it really? Oh, I shut my damn mouth.
2012 to 13, I think.
But like Kampai Senshi After V, that's like what 5 episodes, and that's like that has like one gimmick similar to this show where it's like that's like, oh, the Sentai after they've beaten the bad guy, what do they do? And so it's a clean like 5 episodes. Akiba Ranger's a bad example. But like this show is like what happens if a Red Ranger gets isekai'd. And so that's like you can do that in like a very short amount of time.
Yeah,
But from what I could tell, the story develops like very fucking hard.
they do have a plot that is centered in the isekai world, and then they use the monster of the week trope to frame the progression of that plot. So within the fantasy world, some monster of the week shenanigans type stuff starts happening, and that's when they meet the villain and other characters, and that the plot kind of goes from there. So it is interesting to see them try their best to mesh these two very distinct genres of television.
Yeah, I think
Like,
they
it's an
do
anime.
really well with it most of the time.
Yeah.
Like it's an anime, but it's we got to throw in Sentai reference because it's a Sentai technically.
Yeah.
So
I have a valid argument, but now all you can imagine is me making the argument for SpongeBob. What do you mean?
I don't know
They-
if I
like,
want to know what
if
that
I-
means.
Like
I don't
You-
know what
Blaze,
that, I don't
just
know what that
Squidward.
means, and I don't know if I want to know what that means. But yeah, I think I remember loving the manga, and then like just it did like wherever I watched it, wherever I read it, like got taken down, so I couldn't really read it. But yeah,
But yeah, so we get to see the henshin for the first time, and because they are themed around bonds, and they have a very heavy bandage theme going on with a lot of their gear. So like the gimmick trinket that he uses to henshin is like a mechanized band-aid that he puts in his wrist-mounted changer, and then we see it go Bunso plate set, and then he Bunso changes into Kizuna Red, complete with explosion.
yeah. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm gonna end this here. Vegas, what I'm saying is not like, oh, that's a like he's supposed to be a real person. I'm saying they treat him like he's a cartoon character in this show when we're supposed to feel like he's a real person, not in a cartoon. We're supposed to see this as events that are really happening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're supposed to not. It's not that this is a I'm not saying this isn't a cartoon. It is.
What is
But
this,
they're treating
Sentai
him
Daishikaku?
They're treating this as he's a character in a show who got transported into a fantasy world, not a real guy who happens to be a Sentai character who got transported into a fantasy world.
Yeah, they're really kind of okay. Like, everyone in his world is just okay with the fact that the Zeztz Enders are attacking, to the point where they have these, like, stage shows and presentations and shit to celebrate the Sentai, even though, like, yeah, these are actual monsters attacking and there is actual danger. But hey, we're gonna assemble the crowds and have a stage show.
That's the monster that killed my mom!
Hooray!
Back to the whole, like, the bandage gimmick, you can also see it on their design.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did not realize until you said they were Band-Aids that they're Band-Aids.
Look at his belt.
I thought I was going crazy because I was like, they look like Band-Aids, but they can't be Band-Aids because that's too stupid, right?
Exactly.
But no, it's fine.
Nothing's-
Then remember, this is a Sentai.
We were just arguing about Dawn Brothers! Nothing's too stupid for Sentai!
That's true. That's true.
Okay,
We had a
for an
Slender Man
entire
Ranger!
Oh, fuck.
Okay, for an entire week, we shall not mention Dawn Brothers ever.
We're banned, yeah.
But, yeah, he fights the monster, like, I don't know if it's a metal or a clay golem, but he punches a hole straight through it. And they make fun of the name, which is Burning Keys in a Punch. It's like, isn't that a little generic? It's like, I don't know, do you want to shut the fuck up?
Anytime he does an attack, or pulls out a weapon, or pulls out the Zords, or does anything Sentai related, Ghidra is there to comment on how stupid it is. I won't lie, I kind of love the Changers. If they made a toy of that, I would buy the blue one.
Oh, yeah, no, it's really cool.
A little holographic.
Eudora, not Eudora. Eudora.
Ghidra.
I think the only reason that this show
Idora.
the only reason I think this didn't hit as hard for me is that I think you just said her name and I already forgot it, but the witch lady, she's just like Akiba Blue. Like, she just does the same shit that makes the same jokes.
Kinda.
Like, it's just the same bit where it's just like, he does a thing, it's like, oh, why did that happen? An explosion happens. Oh, that was weird. Yeah. Like, in RPM, they did a good job. They made that joke for one episode.
Yep. They did it one time and it was great, and then they didn't do it again.
I'm not gonna say the jokes are bad. It's just I've already seen these jokes before, so they don't hit as hard for me as they would if this was the first time.
Yeah.
These are basic jokes.
Yes. These are the gimmies.
Yeah, but it's good that we're at least getting as many of them as possible out in the first episode, just to make sure that they are done.
Oh yeah, Vegas points out, fun fact, it's revealed later on that the witch is watching Red's ass as he fights.
Yeah. So yeah, there is a romance plot between them that kind of brews over the series, but I won't comment any further on that.
Yeah.
So yeah, the idea here is that Asagaki Togo is an adventurer in the world because A, he needs to find a way to get back to his world, and B, he just like helping people because he a Himbo Red Ranger.
Yeah. He's really just Gentaro as a Red Ranger.
Pretty much.
Yeah. He literally, when asked, like, don't you want to find a way to go home, is like, oh, I do.
Eventually.
But I mean, I'd like to help people while I'm doing that. There's people here who need my help.
And then over the episode, we understand that Yidra's plot is that she is descended from a long line of very well-renowned mages that used to be the Royal Scepter, which is a position of the overseer of all of the kingdom's magical usage and study. And her father was removed from that position by losing a duel to a different new Royal Scepter, which we'll get into more of that plot later in the show. So she is basically trying to find a way to regain the position of Royal Scepter so that her family can once again contribute to making magic more suited to develop the happiness of the kingdom, because apparently the new royal scepter is just gatekeeping magic for only the rich people.
Yeah, I think maybe I'm making this up. That in the manga, like I think she said that she believes that the new guy cheated somehow.
I think that does come up. It's been a while since I watched it, but the new royal scepter is a smarmy asshole.
Wait a minute. Oh, there's an entire part of the first chapter of the manga that did not get adapted into the episode.
Oh yeah?
When he summons his the Kizuna booster, which gets translated as something stupid that I forget. They originally Idora has a dragon that they're going to ride. And it's like, and she's like, "Oh yeah, no, it'll take us like a day and a half or something like that." And he's like, "No, we'll take this."
That would have been
They
fun.
probably didn't include it for budget reasons.
Yeah, but like, I don't know. I do like Red's weapons. The weapons are kind of cool.
Oh yeah, he's
The
got
dual
like
sword that's like two hands holding each other is really cool.
the
Yeah.
Hakushu caliber, the Emusu beam gun, and then he does all these crazy attacks one after the other.
Yeah.
The marriage gun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Engagement gift burst. What?
So after Red beats the golem, he gets hired to go. They're going to these ruins to get mana metal, which is crystals.
Yeah.
And then we see all these cool weapons. And they point out, hey, you're killing a lot of these monsters, which is cool, but you're damaging all of the drops.
You are burning them so bad that all of the loot is burnt to a crisp and unusable. And then we get this funny little RPG like, you got burnt item! You got burnt item!
Yeah.
That was very funny. I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, yeah. And then they eventually find the crystals or whatever.
Just a big pile of crystals neatly arranged in a big pile.
They also find a pile of dead bodies.
Who apparently
In
we're
different
all
places, just so you know. It's not a pile of crystals and dead bodies.
and apparently they were all nom-nommed by the monster with the most on the nose name I've seen in a long time, the Remains Dragon. Was it named that before it moved into the Remains, or did they come up with that name because it's in the ruins?
Yes.
I think that might be an anime thing. And looking at the manga, they just call it the large dragon that inhabits the cave.
Okay.
Large dragon.
But
when
you watch the episode, Ydra actually says Remains Dragon.
Yeah. No, but I'm looking at the actual the translation, and it looks like she's just saying it's the dragon that's been rumored to live here.
Wow. But yeah, it's just a great big humanoid dragon man thing.
Yeah.
So we discover here that apparently, and honestly, unsurprisingly in retrospect, the Kizuna 5 power set is powered by bonds of friendship. And unfortunately, he doesn't have his full team here, so now he's forced to exploit his brand new friendship with Ydra for the sake of powering his Megazord.
Yeah. It's so funny.
Hey, Terra gets it.
Cockpit with just the two of them.
Yeah, it's pretty Cosmic States coded, which is hilarious because Togo is already Gentaro coded. You think these guys liked Forza when they wrote this?
Yeah.
I mean, Forza is popular.
Yeah. I mean, it was probably an easy way to be like, all right, here's a Sentai team with a very generic thing.
Oh yeah.
It is very funny though that I normally justify the idea in these shows of the power of friendship is just having two or more dudes, and it's literally a power source in this.
Yeah. But you think at first it seems like just an abstract thing, as it would be in most Sentai, but then they start fighting the dragon. It's like, oh no, we literally don't have enough power because we aren't good enough friends yet. So I need you to believe harder.
You aren't
they
enough
only
of
have
my
like a few
friend to power
seconds.
my robot.
Yeah, I only had a few seconds to actually keep the robot in like robot mode.
Which is baffling to think about. If you aren't my friend hard enough, this Megazord falls apart.
Yeah. This robot will literally explode if you do not like me as a friend.
Do
So
you
the
like
Dawn
me,
Brothers would
YN?
not work with this robot.
Oh God! Could you imagine
Hey,
if Dawn
Hey,
Brothers
Decker, you're the one who
worked?
said no.
Damn it! Damn it! I mentioned fuck.
You did it!
The Dawn Brothers. Oni Taijin would explode in 5 seconds.
Guys, we
Unlike
shall not
for
mention
Pink.
Dawn Brothers. We keep them mentioned Dawn
It
Brothers.
would just be magnetically
Except for Pink.
repelled
He
from
tried to kill
itself.
like 2 of them.
If Pink was like, I don't like you guys anymore, then the shoulder pads would just fall off, and it's like,
Oh,
oh,
yeah,
wow,
no, yeah, the mech would
shoulder's
be
easier now.
Yeah,
That's
the
nice.
structural
Now
integrity.
you don't have arms.
The structural integrity of Oni Taijin would be perfectly fine without Kijino.
It's like how the fucking Abo Ranger mech has a mode without yellow.
Yeah. Abareno can fully exist without the yellow Zord, one of the 3 pieces.
No, his ears
So
will
now
get cold.
here's Don Oni Taijin, sans Pink.
Yep.
I just punches if he uses swords.
All right. So yeah,
So-
I don't know how I feel about like when he pulls Ydra into the cockpit, she just gets like automatically put at the Yellow Ranger spot. Like she's purple and she gets the Yellow Ranger slot in the Megazord.
Yeah, she probably should have gone into blue.
I would have thought either
Or even
blue or
pink.
or pink.
Isn't there like a blue guy later on?
Well, that's
We're trying to not spoil later characters, but yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
But yeah, and then like obviously they defeat the dragon. Otherwise, this 12 episode show about a Red Ranger getting isekai'd, where he dies in the first episode, would not be very interesting.
I think it would have been hilarious if he like lost this fight miserably.
Yep.
But it does just end with them defeating the monster.
Yup.
Not really even anything happens after that. It's just
Well-
kind of, oh, it's dead. We did it.
Well, they kill it, and then the theme song plays, but then there is a post-credits scene where days
Oh,
later...
I missed that. Okay.
Yeah, so he goes back to the Adventuring Guild, and he meets up with Ydra again, and she's like, I'm also going to become an adventurer so I can study your weird bullshit magic.
Yep. Like, oh my god.
That's pretty much it. They're a pair
Yeah.
going forward for the rest of the season.
Yeah. And from what I remember about the manga, which I think only knowing what I know about the later episodes without spoiling anything, I think the issues of the manga that I read only go up to like episode 3, despite I think I followed it for like several months.
Wow.
And it was like an indie published thing, I'm pretty sure. So it was like whenever an episode a part was done, it was uploaded.
If I recall, they only have the manga only had a volume like twice per year.
Really?
Yeah. Because
Oh,
I
maybe I'm
checked it,
stupid
and
then.
it says the manga came out back in 2020, and it's still ongoing.
Huh.
This
Well,
manga
then
is
that
still
means this is
ongoing?
definitely not.
Yep, it's still going.
Damn. Is it still the same Sentai, or have they like gotten new power sets?
Let's just say there's more Rangers.
Oh, cool.
Kizuna 12.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By the way, I don't know if
He's
we've
in a 99.
I don't know if we
Kizuna 46.
I don't know if we've talked much about like the Kizuna 5 suits. The suits
We have
are
not.
fucking badass.
I like them. I'm confused as to what they're supposed to be sometimes. Because like they have like ears, and on some of them, like the tiger, they are ears. But I think like the on like Reds, I think they're supposed to be like the dragon's eyes.
It's a little hard to make out what some of them are.
They're I don't like that they're like I don't like them personally. I get why people like them. I think that they're just like the helmets just like worse, like weirder Lupin Ranger helmets.
I do get Lupin Ranger vibes from them, absolutely.
You know what? No, it's just Reds that looks like that because the other ones are different symbols.
Yeah.
Reds is the pinks is a heart, yellows is a star, blues is a like that looks like a shield, and then reds is a hat.
Are they supposed to be elemental? Red is kind of like fire shaped.
fire.
Greens, you could say it's Earth shaped because it's kind of similar shape to the Boulder badge.
So then that would mean it's fire, water, earth, light, and heart.
Yeah. So Captain Planet
Oh,
elements.
Captain Planet.
Yep.
And the concept for the entire design is actually a blend of Rider, Sentai, and Ultraman.
I can see that.
You got the color timer in the center.
Oh, hey, it even does the thing that I hate, where they have yellow decals in the suit and have a yellow ranger.
Yeah.
That's the part that really bugs me because it's such like I think the yellow sticks out like a sore throat.
That's the one thing I don't like about so many Sentai suits when there's an accent color that is also one of the Ranger's main colors. Kinjiro.
It's always yellow.
It's either yellow or black.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But other than that, I think the suits are pretty good.
Yeah, they're very they're generic, but also like very detailed.
Yeah. The Band-Aid motif is very clear, I think.
Yeah. Which I guess it wasn't for me until you said that, but now I even see like, oh, it's even got the little holes all over it for it to be like slightly breathable in the skin.
Yup.
I think they work for what they are. They're just not my thing.
Sure.
Yeah. They, oddly enough, they reminded me of Mini-Force.
Yeah. You know what? I see it. Yep, I see it.
Yeah.
But overall, I think this is if you can get past the conceit of this show, the idea of it is a Sentai that is being parodied with the framing of an isekai fantasy show, and also it is an isekai fantasy show framed via the tropes of a Sentai. If you are willing to accept that concept, I think this show is pretty great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's the whole thing. If you like this concept, you will enjoy this.
If you can get in on the joke.
They do it well.
Yeah.
They do the bit well.
Yeah, you need to be able to poke fun at the shit you like. Either way, if you're a anime isekai person getting into this toku way, you need to be able to poke fun at the anime isekai stuff. If you're a toku person getting into this, you need to be able to poke fun at the toku stuff.
Yeah.
And I think it's very
like if you're an isekai anime fan, I feel like this is like a very fresh take on it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sure. I think it's definitely like the yeah, I do think that if you're coming at this from a perspective of I'm a fan of anime isekais, you're probably gonna like this more because it's a more unique take. If you're coming at this from a Sentai or from like a toku standpoint, you're like, oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
Move on. Move on.
Yeah.
Because no one's gonna think, oh, an anime about someone entering another world. He's a Red Ranger. No one would think that.
Yeah. I will say I do not like a lot of the subtitles because they do the overtime thing a lot of over translating simple things like
all the weapon and attack names.
Yeah. Well, some of those I can understand because they're all Japanese words, but like in English, he says like his vehicle thing is called the Kizuna Booster. It's just fully English Kizuna Booster, which is like Bond Booster. But using Kizuna as like a noun, a proper noun, so it wouldn't get translated. They changed it to like the Kizuna Huddle.
Oh, the Turbo Huddle. I remember.
I don't know why it's called that.
It's this little ring of dragons, and he calls it in the subs. It's the Turbo Huddle.
It's not a dragon. It's a bunch of dudes doing like a football huddle.
Oh, right.
Yeah. So I don't know why it's clearly called Kizuna Booster. That's its proper name. Why do they call it Turbo Huddle?
I don't know. Just because it looked like it was dudes huddling.
It's the overtime thing of over translating, which kind of explains the joke a lot of the times.
But it would be the ideal way to subtitle things that are culturally relevant to Japan but need explanation when translated is to leave what is being physically said intact and then have a translator's note on the other side of the screen.
Yeah.
Translators
It's a
note:
simple-
Keikaku means plan.
Yeah. Like, if it, like, it's a weird thing that, like, a lot of fan subs get right, and a lot of official things don't, but I
Yeah.
can understand why they would do this, but it's not what we want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Tara Z is posting an image from apparently a different series where it's more Kamen Rider themed. That suit is badass.
That is pretty cool.
Interesting.
Where's Ultraman?
But yeah, I feel like if Ultraman gets isekai'd into a fantasy world, we have bigger problems, literally.
Literally
Wait, no,
bigger problems.
If Ultraman entered an isekai world, it's just Ultraman going to another universe.
Yeah, it is literally just a generic Ultraman show, but semi-fantasy themed. Now I actually really want that.
So
I actually legitimately want like
what?
King Oger Ultraman.
So what you're saying is there's a chance.
I legitimately want King Oger Ultraman right now.
I just want more King Oger or anything. King Oger in space was not
Yeah.
satisfying.
I still need to watch that.
But
Anything post King Oger isn't satisfying.
Yeah. Oh, he's
Yeah,
in a 5 Ranger key set. That's fun.
I think a lot of like this is what I think is cool. Would have been cool. Like this fan stuff, I think is really cool. I think if like the whole magazine articles of like, here's what the episodes are called for each episode of their 50 episode show. If that was a fan project, I think that would be cool. But
Yeah.
because it's official, I'm like, what is the point of this?
Or even
This
in an
isn't
official
real.
stance,
You're advertising things that don't exist.
or even in an official
but
stance,
what if it
like
could?
post show, like
Yeah.
after the show is done, not as an advertising standpoint leading up to it. If they did like stuff for that after the show, where it's like, oh, and here's what here's what their normal Sentai show would have looked like.
It could be a Sentai Daishikaku situation where, yes, actual fighting of monsters happens, but also there is a show version.
Maybe. I don't know.
Because in Sentai Daishikaku, they clearly make mention of like a TV show based on the Dragon Seekers, whatever they were called.
Yeah,
Dragon Keepers.
like I do need to watch the rest of it before I can say for sure that I like this show. But I did like the first episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Premise is very well put across, I think.
Yeah.
I think as someone who I know I'm not gonna watch the rest of the show, I could totally watch this and be like, yeah, it was good. Like I watched it and I felt totally satisfied by that. I don't have to go back and watch the rest of the show.
Yeah.
I don't feel like I need to enjoy it. Like if I want to, I will. But as just a first episode, as someone who I like, this was the first anime I watched in years. I have not watched anime in a long time. But like this was satisfying. I thought this was good.
It does pretty well put across the point effectively within the first episode that you don't really need to watch the whole series if you don't want to. The joke is very clearly made, like, haha, it's a Red Ranger in an isekai fantasy world. The joke has been made. You are free to keep watching or move on.
Yeah. I will say I watched the subtitle version. I did see that there apparently is a dub. I would probably suggest just watching the sub because I feel like in a dub I'm normally a person who does not care. I will normally watch a dub because like it's easier. I feel like this is a show where you should watch the sub because I feel like a lot of the stuff will get even more over translated and parodied in an actual English translation.
Because we watch Sentai that is Japanese, I feel like watching this show dubbed, it loses some of the charm and the spirit.
Yeah, because
But it will be very funny if they go the Power Ranger route.
That's what I'm afraid of.
Because I know, like in the Sentai Daishikaku, like that translated name is like Go Loser Ranger or something. I don't know.
I hate that name.
In the show, do they change a lot of the Sentai references to be Power Rangers? Do they do that?
I have not watched the dub of that show either.
I don't know.
It's hard because when they switch it from a Sentai parody to a Power Rangers parody, that is a moment where they will stop taking it seriously because for some reason nobody takes Power Rangers seriously.
Gee, I wonder why.
Yeah.
I mean, we're definitely not taking it seriously now.
It is a self-fulfilling prophecy where nobody takes Power Rangers seriously, therefore Power Rangers doesn't take itself seriously, therefore no one takes Power Rangers seriously.
Therefore, things parodying
And
Power
for-
Rangers don't take themselves seriously.
Yeah, they take themselves less seriously. So it's, yeah, I would recommend definitely just leaving this with sub, but fucking you do you. I'm not gonna attack you if you decide to watch a dub.
We're not your mom.
Yeah.
Not to go too off tangent. I think it's very funny the difference between like Sentai parodies and Power Rangers parodies. There's not a whole lot of Power Rangers parodies out there, but like a Sentai parody pokes fun at like it very much. The difference is intent between those two. Where like a Sentai parody will like poke fun at the little things, where it's like, oh, why didn't an explosion happen, or why are you calling out your attacks before you do them? Versus like a lot like a Power Rangers parody is just like, this is dumb and stupid, and therefore it's weird and bad. And I find that very, very interesting. Like a Power Rangers parody will make fun of it because they don't like it, because they think it's stupid and bad.
And that's not to say that those
clearly is a lot of love.
That's not to say that those parodies are inherently bad either. There are some Power Ranger parodies that I genuinely laugh my fucking ass off at. Yeah. I forgot the name of it.
Yeah.
My favorite one is the one where the dude dresses up as Sharita Repulsa.
Oh, fucking
my evil tits!
Brendan Rogers.
Is that his name? Yes. I don't remember.
He's a very funny guy.
Bitch, I invented the grocery store.
Yeah.
I still want to be on an episode of Castranger where we talk about fucking the college humor like Toku parody.
Oh, Super Ultra Mechatron Go.
Oh, Ultra Mechatron Team Go.
Yeah, whatever it is. I actually haven't watched it, weirdly enough.
That is a good, like, that is a parody that is in good faith. And like I said, like you were saying earlier, Power Rangers parodies where they're just like, it's stupid, they can be funny. But that's like one where it's like, they like the people who made it very clearly like what they are making fun of.
I need to go back and watch that because I'm so fucking Dropout pilled. I've been watching Dropout since it became a subservice, and I haven't regretted it a day in my life. They are my favorite content creators of all time. I just watched the finale of Dimension 20 Cloud Renault yesterday, and I fucking cried.
I'm getting caught up on that show.
I need to watch the entirety of that show, but like from what I remember about it in like one of the episodes, like when it was still like doing like shorts or something and not like a full on like actual like several episode show. One of the jokes was the team makeup is weird because we have like the leader, the smart one, like the strong one, and the party dude. What?
Yeah.
Like that is what it should be poking fun at, and not haha, look at these stupid things they do.
Look at this, it looks cheap. It's like yes, it does.
I love that I love that you pointed to the party dude as an outlier in a Sentai team while Gozyuger is airing.
Yeah. No, but that's very fun. It pokes fun at that show pokes fun at like Power Rangers and like tropes, like little tropes in Power Rangers that have to do with like that original show, and then also, but it's still, I think a great parody can be a parody, but also exist in that genre, but also works in the genre it's parodying.
Another really good Power Rangers specific parody is Megabot. I watched that. I rewatched that shit
Megabot.
All the time.
I remember you had us on for that episode. That
Megabot, MEGA. Megabot.
Megabot, bot.
Megabot. Yeah, Megabot. It's so funny.
Yeah, and also it features fucking Randall Park.
Yeah, of MCU fame.
Yeah.
So that's crazy.
Yeah, I remember what one thing I was gonna say, like a lot of like the toku tropes that we know of like saying a move name or like announcing yourself comes from Japanese history, where like to threaten someone, a famous warrior or samurai would announce themselves and give them presents, like I am Yoshida of such and such province and such town, like because hey, I'm this big important figure, don't fuck with me.
Yeah, and roll calls being inspired by Kabuki, like Tara's saying, is a very significant thing.
Yeah. So instead of poking fun, so basically it's like you're not poking fun at Power Rangers. You're just kind of being a little racist. If you're making fun, if you're making fun of that stuff, yeah, of course that seems weird to you. It's not in your
It's a
history.
cultural thing.
Yeah. It's a
I think-
cultural thing that you're just not getting. I'm not
There's
saying
things-
you're racist. I'm
It's-
just saying.
It's just like
There's
everyone.
things to make fun of.
It's just like how there are a lot of people who hate Mega Starmie because they don't understand what it's inspired from. Whereas with me, I fully understand what it's inspired from and still hate it.
I don't understand what it's inspired from, and I think it's so stupid. I love it.
It's
The,
an old.
the difference between like a parody that cares is when they're making fun of like little things. Like when you get down to I think the more a parody makes fun of like the little details, that's how you know they really, really care.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
I
like
had-
it's like when you roast someone you love, you point out their foibles
Yes.
because you care about them, and it's just having a good time, and it's
You
all
say-
in good spirit.
You say
Yeah.
something like so specific that only they would get it. You
It's
say
like-
you
it's
make
like
a
an-
parody. You say something so specific that only other people who clearly know the genre get it.
It's like sharing an in joke.
Yes.
I had I had an idea for like a Sentai parody thing where like one of the jokes that I thought of would just be like maybe like, oh, the entire team's like aliens except for Red, and they're like fighting a monster, and then Red comes in as they're doing the finisher. It's like, guys, stop! That's just a furry. That's not a monster. I know it looks like a monster. It's just a dude in a costume.
It's funny that you mentioned that kind of team composition because that's very similar to Zenkaiger, where the leader was just a human and the others were fucking alien robots.
Yeah, like I think to make a proper parody, you need to have respect, and I think Isekai Red does that very well. It has respect for the anime isekai genre, has respect for Sentai most of the time. And I think, I need to like decide if I'm gonna keep watching it because I'm so behind. I'm behind on Gozyuger, which is why I was silent through the majority of that discussion, except for a joke here or there. So I need to decide if this is gonna be one of the things I put my time to. But I think if I do, I will not be upset.
Yeah, I think it's worth watching. And even if you don't think it is, it's only 12 episodes. It's not a year-long show.
Yeah, dude. Gozyuger, I like had to speed run. Fucking rewatching that show. I was 20. The last episode I watched when it aired was episode 12.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
Other thoughts from anyone about the show?
No.
I
It
think
was
we
fun.
covered it pretty well.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that is going to be Castranger for the week. Before I get into my ending spiel, I would like to thank Blaze and Decker and Jackson for joining me for this episode. You guys have been great.
Thank you.
Thank you for having me, man.
This was fun.
Thanks. Sorry we keep mentioning Dom Butters for some reason.
It'll never leave our
sorry,
heads.
Sorry specifically to Ichi. That's a trigger.
I will never apologize because I don't care.
All right. I'm going to do a spooky voice because next week is Halloween.
And my birthday.
Jikai, Radio Sentai Castranger! Next week, specifically next Friday when we'll be recording, is Halloween! So of course we have to do something Halloween themed. And what's more on point than Girls Remix?
Oh yeah.
Wouldn't that came out the week of Halloween?
I don't know exactly
It'll
when
come
it's
out
coming
on-
out, but that Gar has it on the schedule.
It would come out the first.
I'll have to check into that, but that's what Gar has written down on the schedule. Girls Remix and Halloween Party.
Yeah, you'll be filming it on Halloween night,
Yeah.
but it'll
If
come out
it-
on November 1st.
If it doesn't come out, then
Oh,
you guys
our
can do the equally
episode.
spooky thing of killing Gar.
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
Yeah.
Okay, so the actual special releases like Sunday after this episode airs. So hopefully it will be subbed by next Friday.
Oh, that's a bit quick.
We're cutting it close, but that's what makes it spooky.
It's gonna be like a 30-minute episode.
Okay, it's coming out this week. Okay.
Yeah. All right. Shout out to our currently active patrons. That includes Mr. Blaze, who's here with us.
Hello.
Armorhide, Midas, Vegas, Locke, and whatever. Thank you very much for supporting what we do. Let us know what you thought of these episodes in the comments. Let us know what you would like us to talk about in the future. Thank you all for listening, watching, liking, favoriting, sharing, subscribing, hitting the bell, and being awesome. As always, the primary source of our hijinks is castranger.podbean.com. From there, you can find our Facebook, Twitter, Patreon, merch store, Discord, all of our cool shit. Thank you all once again.
Shirt.
Yeah, buy his shirt. We have lots of shirts and baby onesies and all sorts of shit up on the merch store. Thank you all.
Are for kids.
Thank you all once again. We will see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.